They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken. You know it! Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth. Rise and shine, Googans, go time on a Wednesday morning. It's a hump day, stump day. Get smart, John will get his. That's coming up. The Beatros Plumbing Wednesday. No more backups with Beatros Plumbing like Family Beatros is there. E.T. is in the booth. Good morning, friend.
Sup,
How we doing? Good? Good to go?
Yeah, you know how I go.
Yeah. Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. Is that what they say? I heard that from somebody one day. First and foremost, I mean, it might be time to end with the freebies for y'all. I'm tired of just opening my wallet and just throwing money y'all's way. Just no charge, no questions asked. You do with it what you will. I've given you 3 just lock solid. Trust me, I'm not playing. Go ahead and put it on this. And I just keep delivering, E.T. The Magic were a scant 5.5-point favorite last night. What did I tell you what happened, E.T.? What did I tell you the margin would be?
You told them, you said about like 5.5 or 6.5 is what you said. Right?
It was, and the spread was 5.5, and the Magic, and I said put every penny you got
You did.
on the Magic.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight cash, homie. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Just put it in there and let her ride. A 25-point win later, you can bring me breakfast.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. So, yeah, there's that. Well predicted. As I start with, I guess I'll just throw in the little NBA news on the top. Magic, by the way, are a good team. They're kind of undervalued with Banchero and Wagner healthy. I think they won the season series against Boston, and that's who they'll play now with a win last night, and the Hawks will get another chance. By the end of the game, things got out of control. Trae Young got a couple of technical fouls at ET, and they kicked him out, and they said he was, quote, making a mockery of the game, to which point I replied, you just now figuring that out, NBA? Yeah. Is pulling up regularly from the logo at a 30% clip not mockery enough? Hawks will move on. They'll face the winner of tonight's Bulls-Heat matchup. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're filtering in the bottom of what's been a pretty weak Eastern Conference. Now, I will say the Magic don't fit the form of your normal 7 seed. Healthy, they're good. They're pretty good. And they had spent time this year up there around 3 and 4. I think they're more like the Knicks than they are like the Hawks, that's for sure. So, anyway, congrats to those Magic fans that are out and about there. They're moving on. They'll for sure play the Celtics. Meanwhile, one thing I do know for sure, and I'm not a talent evaluator. No one's going to hire me to be their NBA scout, but I figured this out, after about 10, 15 years of watching the league. I can say one thing without a doubt. I can tell you I know for sure one guy is 100% better than the other guy.
Okay.
Okay, and by the way, these guys, just by the nature of what I'm about to say, this comparison should be really, really close. So I'm not talking about, Kawhi's better than Trae Young. I know this. Your painstaking evaluation continued last night. I dang sure know this. Playoff Jimmy is a hell of a lot better than quitter Jimmy.
Yeah, playoff Jimmy go crazy.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here and I'm watching the Heater and the play-in tonight, and they got Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo, and I'm just wondering if, playoff Jimmy would have imposed upon himself to be playoff Jimmy in Miami if the Heat wouldn't have about the same chance of winning it all as Golden State now seems to have. Quitter Jimmy gets a pass, man, doesn't he? And he gets it by the league, and he gets it by the fans, and whatever.
right?
I mean, everywhere he goes, it's not like, oh, here comes Quitter Jimmy.
Not much is made of that.
No, it's really not. We completely overlook Quitter Jimmy for a playoff Jimmy because Jimmy Buckets does what he did last night. He had 38 points. That's a tough play-in game. That's not Magic Hawks. That's Grizzlies Warriors. And again, the script stays in place for the NBA. They desperately want LeBron v. Steph round 2 of the playoffs. And that bracketology exists with Golden State advancing as the 7. They'll take on the 2 seed, the Houston Rockets. The Lakers, meanwhile, sit and wait as the 3 seed. But potentially, and because it's a script, this will happen. The Warriors and the Lakers will match up in round 2, a battle of the aged. Still the ages. Steph went off again last night, but Jimmy Butler, 38 points, double-digit rebounds. I mean, it's amazing the switch these dudes can flip. And by the way, so from now on ever, when you accuse a guy of jaking or quitting and you get any pushback, Exhibit A right here, ladies and gentlemen, what a pro athlete can do. What he can be when he tries, when he doesn't, jake. Which goes to the next topic here. And I suppose it doesn't matter as much how I feel about Jalen Ramsey or the Jaguars fans or the old administration. With the news yesterday that Jalen's on the trade block. Listen, I'll tell you how I'll take Jalen Ramsey from the. This is how I will do a deal with the Dodgers for Jalen Ramsey. The Dodgers. The Dolphins. All right? I got LA on the mind. That's where this is headed. Yeah, I'll trade for Jalen Ramsey. If the Dolphins send me their first rounder and Jalen and they get Monteric Brown. There you go. Deal done. And then I'd cut him. Or repackage him. I don't want Jalen Ramsey within a solar system of the Jaguars organization. No, thank you. No help wanted. Pound sand, my brother. Move along. No way, no how, no. For a variety of reasons. But even if he were the player that Jalen has always thought he was, even if he were that guy, hard no. Worst teammate, worst representation of the fan base, worst Jaguar ever. Worse than Hugh Douglas. Worse than them all. I'm sure he's matured to the level of probably about 10th, 11th grade by now. And Jalen's work was accomplished through the voice of Jalen parading around with boom boxes and demands and histrionics and acting like a spoiled, entitled 6-year-old when daddy told him it was time for dinner. No way, no how, ever do I want Jalen Ramsey in a Jaguars uniform. I think the majority of the fan base stands in line with that. E.T., would you want Jalen Ramsey to come to the Jaguars?
No, I'm good on Jalen.
For a 7th-round draft pick, would you take Jalen Ramsey and his salary and him?
No, that salary, no.
No, I'm not taking any of it. I don't care if he's free.
I don't know. I consider it.
I guess. Let me drop these numbers on you because these aren't opinions, man. The greatest opinion shaper in the history of football, time will tell, was Jalen Ramsey, dude. Good, never as great as he was positioned, postured, and most importantly, would tell you himself. This is Jalen Ramsey's stats. Not press conferences, not tweets. These are his stats as a Jaguar, as a Ram, and as a Dolphin. Jalen Ramsey as the lockdown defender. The nearest defender on the pass play. In Jacksonville, he had 9 picks. He surrendered 9 touchdowns and a completion percentage of 52%. Not bad at all. With the Rams, he surrendered 11 touchdowns, 10 picks, 61% completion percentage. And now with the Dolphins, 5 touchdowns, 5 picks, and 64% completion percentage allowed. Yeah, no thanks. But for the biggest reason of all, the worst Jaguar, I've been here for them all, buddy. Been here through every slap one of them. Came to Jacksonville in 1991 here when the team was born. Doing press conferences with Tom Coughlin in a trailer outside a first renovation of what was then to become Alltel Stadium. Seeing them all. The good ones, the bad ones, the missteps, the few successes. The worst Jaguar ever is Jalen Ramsey with his all-pros in tow. Take a hike. The lie that was told and some of you still believe about what went down in Houston, it doesn't matter. It's not worth revisiting. Understand that a lot of what you believe, some of you still, is 85% at best incorrect. Incorrect. And what he did to this franchise, he was just symbolic of the collapse. His selfish, brutally dishonest, fake an injury behavior was disgusting. No thanks. Now, all that being said, doesn't so much matter what my opinion or yours or Doug Marone's is. Probably more important, what's the opinion of James Gladstone, who, by the way, I will remind you, also employed Jalen Ramsey and got a different guy, didn't he? Got a guy who more blended in with the Aaron Donalds and star system of L.A. It took Jalen going from being a huge fish in a tiny pond to being a tiny minnow in a huge pond, an afterthought in L.A., a bleep, a yawn, unrecognizable among the Hollywood stars and the LeBron James and Shohei Ohtanis of the world, an afterthought. Not the most visible player on his own dadgum team, but played decent football there, and I'm sure was thought to be a part of why the Rams succeeded. So where does James Gladstone fall on Jalen Ramsey? Is probably the better question. They had a pre-draft presser yesterday. We're going to come back on the other side and jump into some of what they said. The topic of Ramsey specifically was not addressed. But as to this first draft for both Gladstone and Cohen, we will get into the ins and outs of that. And again, most importantly, and again, it is pro sports. If we're talking about it in his prime, all pro Jalen Ramsey, okay, maybe with the, forget if you can. But this guy's just, he's not an all-star level performer. He hasn't been. It doesn't matter if you like him or not, if you're Noel, Gator, Jaguar, Dolphin, Ram, doesn't matter who you are. It's just, Stephon Gilmore is available too. He also at one point was an all-star level player. And Jalen's a lot closer to that than he is to any sort of elite. Anywho, we will get into some of that Jag stuff coming back. On the other side, the NFL continues to head toward the draft. I thought the interesting news yesterday was something Travis Hunter said. We'll talk about that a little bit. And by the way, if that scares away any of you top four, we'll honor his request. We got the Murphy Power Hour today. It's just not as much fun talking baseball when as a Braves fan, you're sucking mud through a straw. They do get Spencer Strider back today. Maybe that can be a boost. Ronald Acuna, where are you, buddy? Need you. But the Braves lose again last night. They're 7 games under 500. They're just a mess. That portal window is open. There was news out of Tallahassee. And it more, I think, puts a spotlight on what the real problem is over there for Mike Norvell's program. In this case, it's a quarterback named Trevor Jackson. Now, it's kind of a mixed message here in him going to the portal from this standpoint. He was a 4-star recruit at quarterback. He was in the Elite 11 camp as a quarterback, yet was only a preferred walk-on at Florida State, and in this 1 year just got like one running play, and he'll head off as a former 4-star. Mike Norvell has just been an abomination with the quarterback position, man. It's got to be, for you Noel fans, the most frustrating, disappointing part of Norvell's tenure. He fell into Jordan Travis. He fell into him. He got there. Travis was there. He incrementally got better while he was there. He fell into Jordan Travis's athleticism. Didn't have to scheme around anything to have the success they were having when Travis was there. And outside of him, he's throwing darts with a blindfold on at the quarterback position. We'll see if Castellanos is any different. I doubt it is. I think he's created a ceiling lower than it should be because he can't. Forget quarterback whisperer. He can't scream. He can't make a collect call. Nothing. And the quarterback position over there is in big, big trouble. And it just continues to be. And for every year that Jordan Travis wasn't there, Mike Norvell, F- at the quarterback position, from who he's chosen to how he's developed them. I'll give you another example, like Luke Kromenhoek, who came in last year as a true freshman, and people were surprised when he left because maybe he would have been the future. Yeah, let me tell you how good he is. He transferred to Mississippi State, where he's getting beat out by a true freshman. He most likely will not be the quarterback at Mississippi State, a 2-10 team themselves last year, and it shows you the baseline for what Norvell is cultivating at the supremely important quarterback position. The plot thickens, and it's even uglier and stinky in this Tennessee mess. We're going to have to dive into that at some point today. Words filtering in to what was said and done and threats levied before their playoff game against Ohio State. Man, you want to talk about how the NIL has messed it all up. Man, that story would tell you an awful lot. The football portal, so it's back open 16 to 25th. The basketball portal is open. We got news on the Gator front. I'll drop that on you when we come back on the other side. Plus, we'll dive into this press conference yesterday, the pre-draft presser for the Jags with, just 8 days away now from, with the fifth pick, the Jaguars select. We're up and rolling on a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday. Got to get smart John today. Got the Murphy Power Hour talking some Major League Baseball. All that and more. Thanks for being up and at 'em with us. You're listening to 1010XL as we boom at you live inside the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
He scoops up the hot topics of the day and takes you into the night with hot talk and truth-telling. Whoa. Rick Ballou.
This is a gold mine. You almost let it get away.
Adding insight to truth for a fresh take.
Yeah, that is amazing. He should work for NASA or something like that.
Evenings on 1010XL.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at HodgesMazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Tax season is here, and your refund can go further at Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Put the extra cash to work by investing in your vehicle, whether it's overdue maintenance, brake repairs, or new tires. Their skilled technicians will help you get the most out of every dollar. With 5 Jacksonville locations, fair prices, and trusted service, Big Chief Tire has everything you need to hit the road with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
As a Florida homeowner, you're no stranger to mosquito problems. And although it's tempting to use DIY methods to get rid of them, mosquitoes are relentless. That's why it's important to enlist the help of the mosquito experts at Florida Pest Control. At Florida Pest Control, we offer specialized treatment solutions that are effective against mosquito infestations and are committed to keeping our customers protected year-round. For your free quote, give us a call or visit flapest.com today. Florida Pest Control, your local mosquito control experts.
Draft season is here, and so is Mia's Mock Draft Mondays. And this year, we're powered by One Night Taco Stand. Each week, I'll unveil a new set of possible targets for the Big Cats on the 1010XL social channels and 1010XL.com. Let's talk about it on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today, Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Hacker here, and guess what my scale reads? 195 pounds. I'm shocked seeing that number, but it's there every month. The weight is staying off after dropping 122 pounds. Absolutely life-changing. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Prosser here. Spring has sprung, and it's a great time to sell your house, but only if you have the very best on your side, and those very best are Chad and Sandy Newman. Spring selling season's here. Rates are down. Activity's up. It's the best time in years to sell your home, in fact, but there are homes sitting on the market. They don't have the right representation. That's where Chad and Sandy step in. Maybe you're worried your home needs repairs or updating and it won't sell for a good price. Maybe your family's growing and you need more space. Whatever the reason that you need to sell your home, Chad and Sandy deliver this promise to you. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Sounds pretty hassle-free to me. Take it from Mike and Rosemary in St. Augustine. We were determined to buy an affordable home in a specific school zone, but we didn't qualify for the loan needed to get one. Chad and Sandy's team worked with the lender, negotiated a higher qualification price, lower interest. It was huge, $200 less per month. Do it today. Call 414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com.
Yo, what's happening, folks? E.T. here, and it's time to make those summer break plans. And Clay County is calling. From paddleboarding on Doctor's Lake to reeling in the big one on Black Creek or cruising the St. Johns River, there's no better place than to dive into warm weather fun. Enjoy live music, local festivals, food trucks, and fireworks lighting up the night. Discover scenic parks, hidden trails, and must-visit local gyms. Your summer adventure starts here. Visit exploreclay.com.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight, but it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Well, when it came to March Madness this year, the Gators found themselves a bunch of conquering heroes. Now they're after a coward. Cedric Coward is a guard in the transfer portal from Washington State. He's narrowed his list of finalists. He's also in the draft evaluation process, so he could end up going pro. Florida got Ruben Chinyelu from Washington State. Don't know if that would help as a tie-in, but I can tell you this. This is who they're throwing haymakers with to try and land Coward. Alabama and Duke, Kansas and Washington in state out there, and now in the Big Ten and Florida. So we'll see 6'6", 18 points, 6 rebounds. Boy, if you could add him and another guy who it's down to the wire with, and that's Xavier Lee. He's the Princeton Ivy League Player of the Year, played high school basketball with Tommy Houck. And the Gators are down to the end trying to make a final push. They're also going against North Carolina and Duke and the big boys for him. Man, you don't want to put too much in hopes and dreams of transfer portal signings. But, look, it's going to be awful hard to replace Walter Clayton, Elijah Martin, and Will Richards. That exact combo, what they brought, the chemistry, everything. But Golden has hit just grand slam home runs in this transfer portal. It was Ion Pullen the year before was so good. You wondered how they could replace him. And lo and behold, Martin came in, was even better. This Coward looks like he is a skilled dude, and he would be, looks like another just one year guy. But hey, in today's college basketball, I mean, what can Todd Golden tell this guy that Duke and Bama and Kansas and Washington can't? I just wrote a guy like you to the national title. I'd say we did pretty good evaluating him, getting him ready for the National Basketball Association. Oh, by the way, we're the national champs. You want to come to the banner hanging? And then Lee would give him another. Just if they get these two guys and add them to the 2 or 3 guys in the backcourt they have and the recruiting class, and I still would think that Condon ultimately is going to be graded any higher than. I guess you really, if you're a Gator basketball fan, you kind of want Condon to tank the combine. Kind of wanted to look like he's just not quite ready. Go back, kid. We'll see you next year, higher in round 1. Because if they get that news with Houck and Condon and Hanlockton and Chinyelu, with Aberdeen and Klobuchar and the recruiting class has a couple top 30 players. If you add these 2 guards in the backcourt again with veteran guys, man, run it back. Run it back. So, but Lee is on campus down there. The Gators hosted him yesterday. And it looks like now it's down to just 2, Florida and St. John's. Sound familiar? That's what the Walter Clayton Jr. battle came down to, and Golden beat Patino for Clayton, and we all know what has happened since then. Lee, for his point, another 17-point. He's a 6 assist. So you got Coward's a 17, almost 18 points, 6-7 rebound, and this guy's 17 point, 5-6 assists. Good 3-point shooter, both. Yeah, would seem to be right in line with what Todd Golden would like to hope to continue. I was going to say nowhere to go but up, but that's not true. The uppest of ups has been reached, and in short order by Todd Golden's basketball program. All right, it's nothing like the first time, they say. And for James Gladstone, the pomp, the circumstance, the stop pep rallies and press conferences, it seemed, comes down to cases. And the reality is this: when the Jags go into the war room, Gladstone will be a general for the first time in his career.
It's still familiar territory. You're talking football. And, my mind remains rooted in a lot of the same things that it always has been. And I think you all will remember this phrase, but focusing our attention on intangibly rich human beings and allow that to remain our North Star, and making it so that, it's very clear amongst our group that that's really what we're leaning into, and having everybody embrace that and feel that. It's been a joy. It's been fulfilling, and really looking forward to allowing those discussions to become reality. And we're not far off from that, but just like the players that are included in this draft class, right? Their dream is to get drafted. And for those guys, that's about to be reality. And it's been fun to have that be the case for us personally, to see our dreams become reality, and working in tandem. It's been fulfilling. It's been a joy.
All right. He also talked about not having any prospect visits, and said, admitted what it is. It's a bit of a curtain. We don't want everybody to know our business, in a roundabout way. He did say that. So, and look, you could draw clues. What if the Jaguars had 30 visits here in town and we saw 6 receivers come? Us and the rest of the league would know a receiver is a priority, whatever the position is. I say receiver because to me it is like the screaming priority that's like we're not talking about. I feel like heads in the sand when it comes to the receiver position. Enough of this average receiving core that we've had here for 20 years since Jimmy left. Enough. Even Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones. What are we talking about here? Stop me when I get to an all-star performer. Brian Thomas Jr., they fell into him last year. Trent Baalke loved him so much he traded down and ultimately got him anyway. Point being there, you love him so much, take him at 17 there, smart guy. Would have been worth that pick too. Anywho, I digress. The receiving core is an issue, man. Y'all can sell me De'Ami Brown. I'm not buying. Go get him, De'Ami. Prove us wrong. But no, I'm not buying this. And Gabe Davis, I don't know if he can crawl out of the hole that he showed us what impact he would have in his performance in year 1, which was like Invisible Man. So, yeah, receiver to me is a problem. And I would be shocked if they don't use a pick, either a Gladstone special, hoping to find a Puka in the later rounds, or just go right into it. Round 2, the guy falls. Yeah, right there you could go. I think the whole array, that whole range, I think is a possibility. Here's head coach Liam Cohen also at yesterday's draft presser on the receiver position.
Yeah, I think adaptability is going to be key through that. It's never going to be done.
It's not Cohen, is it? That's
First of all, physically and mentally tough comes to mind, and guys that can set an edge in the run game.
No, two. I'm sorry, that's me. It's two. Cohen, two.
Sound, solid players at a few different spots where there's also some ball in hand athletes. There's also a couple guys that can win 50-50 balls. There's some really good football players all throughout this draft at the position. I wouldn't say it's maybe as sparkling as some other drafts, right? Where you do see, there's a couple good ones up there, and we feel good about some of the guys a little bit later on that we can contribute for us. Definitely a position that we'd be looking for.
All right, a lot of picks, a lot of maneuverability. Here's Gladstone on, taking an adaptable trade scenario strategy into the 2025 draft.
Yeah, I think adaptability is going to be key through that. It's never going to be done until it gets sent into the league. So we'll have as many conversations as people are willing to engage on, and I don't think that now versus on the clock is going to be anything that I would say isn't of interest.
Can't imagine there's much to be done on the quote draft board. Maybe they're doing a little bit of shuffling here and there. Look, we're a week out. They've been doing this just nonstop. So unless there's some sort of breaking news with the prospect, and you always keep it fluid from that standpoint, I'm sure that their value board is pretty much put to bed, which leaves a question. We're 8 days away. Map out the next week for us.
Yeah, I can. So right now we're using the mornings with our scouting staff, afternoon with our coaching staff. We'll do that throughout the remainder of this week. And then into next week, we got mock drafts that we'll just simulate at the beginning of the week before getting to draft day.
All right. And, one thing is a reality. More than the other drafts that are coming up. But I was thinking about this. Let's look at the general managers. All right, Tom Coughlin was the de facto general manager, right? Who was his first draft pick?
Tony Vaselli.
Yeah. And who's been the best coach GM in Jaguars history?
Best coach GM?
Yeah. It's been Tom Coughlin. I'll go ahead and answer the questions if I need to. I mean, it's by 8,000 miles. You think it's, I don't know, maybe a coincidence that the guy who nailed the first draft pick in his realm set the tone for the kind of leader he was going to be for the franchise, the kind of talent he would bring him, and ultimately the kind of success that sadly all these years later has never been matched. So yeah, probably a well-used first ever GM. Gene Smith was the Jaguars' next GM. Pretty sure his first pick was Eugene Monroe. Number 8 pick, Eugene Monroe. Kind of symbolic of the Gene Smith era, wasn't it? They're okay, 500. Jack Del Rio came in. Monroe's okay. Not a bust at 8. Certainly not a great player at any point. So, and by the way, and I know there's a lot more. There's free agency. There's total drafts. I'm just going to use as the barometer, the first pick for each GM. Coughlin's a Hall of Famer. Team most success. Gene Smith, not, didn't hit a grand slam, but he didn't strike out. So, and his reign was probably the Jags' second most successful, no? Or Shaq. I left out Shaq Harris. Shaq was second most. And Shaq's first pick was Byron, and that was a mistake. They should have taken Suggs. They had Brunell. Massive failure. Overall, though, the talent level still lingered from Coughlin, especially in the trenches. They stayed okay. Gene Smith came in. He went Eugene Monroe, and that kept us at least in the conversation. He's an okay player. Then we get to old Dave Caldwell, his first pick. You know who that was?
Oh, who was his first pick?
Yeah, it was Luke Jokel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 2 pick was a massive, colossal bust. Trent Baalke fell into the number 1. He's the only one to have the number 1 overall pick, and his first pick that year was Trevor. that draft class overall. But Trevor, really by record, this is probably the second best quarterback. I don't know what Garrard and Leftwich records ended up being, but even with that throwaway first season, those two back-to-back 9 and 8, it's kind of a standard bearer around here. So still to be written what Trevor will become. But just speaking to the point, James Gladstone's got that 5th pick. He knows that it's going to be a kind of a big legacy mark as a GM.
I think naturally that's absolutely where your mind goes. And we've had discussions on that subject a number of times. And certainly feel really good about the pot of players right now that we're discussing, and that would align with all the messages that we would like to send to the locker room, to our fan base, to the greater football landscape about who the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be moving forward.
Yeah, let that first pick set the tone for your tenure. Tony Baselli certainly did, and now he sits among that leadership group that will be making, or at least overseeing that leadership group that will be making the decision next Thursday. Rocky top, more like rock bottom. Man, say what you want about Josh Heupel and his ability to draw up ball plays and the success Tennessee has had. If these stories are even remotely true, this is a worse character and chemistry of a locker room that a college program could have, and it's really not the kids' fault. It's the grown-ups who let this happen. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. More on that in the Football Fix when we return.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Harbortown Golf Links hosting its traditional week after the Masters tournament in the RBC Heritage. Scotty Scheffler, the plus 360 favorite. Colin Morikawa, 11-1. Xander Schauffele, 12-1. NBA play-in tournament yesterday. Orlando dominates Atlanta, 120-95 to lock down the number 7 seed. They will meet the Boston Celtics in game 1 of their first-round series on Sunday. Boston opens as a 14-point favorite, total 207. Atlanta Braves wrap up their series today at the Toronto Blue Jays as a $1.48 favorite. The Rays laying $1.48 at home against Boston. $250 bonus and you open up a G-Bank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Plumbing problem? AC not blowing cool? Septic tank backing up? No need to call 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. At Duck Duck Rooter, we do it all. Plumbing, septic, and air conditioning with expert technicians in each department. One company, one call, one easy bill. No hassle, no runaround, just fast professional service from highly skilled techs who know their stuff. Need help? Call 904-862-6769 today and let Duck Duck Rooter handle it all. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When mosquitoes show up, they are a buzzkill. You want them out of your yard, and fast. At Terminix, they know that mosquitoes bite, but not for long. They'll provide regular treatments to protect you and your family all season long. Go ahead and schedule that picnic, because when mosquitoes show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a mosquito problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street. Tired of changing out bad sod year after year? Get it done right with Roundtree Sod. Big or small, they have it, and always supplied farm fresh. For a lush, legendary green lawn, call 7414-SOD for a free estimate. 7414-SOD.
Get more Gators on the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists with new episodes every Friday. Subscribe and listen by searching for 1010XL's Gator Bites podcast wherever you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
ET here, and if you've ever been injured in an accident, Visit my buddy Dr. McGowan at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. You have 14 days to see a doctor and protect your insurance benefits, even if you're at fault. And no matter what you hear, you have the right to choose your own doctor. So I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Their auto experts will guide you in every step of the way to ensure the care that you need. Your recovery starts with McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and my knee was getting worse, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here on the drill. It's 6:45 on a beautiful Beach House Plumbing Wednesday. Nice crisp morning out there. I take advantage of some of these cool-ish temperatures here for about another, 3 weeks. Dog days summer will be here before you know it. So will the draft. I saw that AI put out a mock. I asked ChatGPT to put out a mock draft. And let's just say ChatGPT is gatekeeping all the websites just like we are. It basically looks like a consensus of what you see out there. That means Mason Graham to the Jags at number 5. I can't keep doing it for free, gang. I gave you more free money last night. I don't know. It just overcomes me when I see something that's just so wrong. Vegas has messed up so badly. I've given you 3 huge winners, like no holds barred. You're saying, well, Jeff, why aren't you rich? Why didn't you play them? Because I don't bet. That's why. I gave you the Bama over. It went over by the 8-minute mark. I gave you the Dodgers to take. Their team alone would go over the 6.5. The 2 teams, the Dodgers and Braves, combined for 10 that night. And last night I told you 5.5-point spread. The Magic over the Hawks is an abject joke. They'll beat them by 20. I was wrong. They beat them by 25. Feel free to drop some breakfast with these hundos I'm dropping in your lap about once every 2-3 weeks now. All right, this is rock bottom, man. This guy, Nico I'm-a-leavin', is some piece of work. Oof. Did the Dolphins put him on the trade market too? There are now, Josh Pate writes for CBS Sports. He does a college football show podcast. Said this NIL stuff was happening last December during the playoffs with this kid included, but not just this kid. They were trying to get more money from Tennessee and other playoff teams before the playoffs. They were trying to leverage playoff participation. Their explainer, and Nico's dad was a big part of this, our client's being paid X amount of money to play in 12 games, maybe a 13th if he makes the conference championship game, but you guys made the playoff. He should make money. That's the kind of BS that's happening behind the scenes right now. Pate said. Colorado dealt with the same thing at BYU. Their players were underwhelmed by their gifts, their swag bag at the Alamo Bowl, so they opted out, many of them, before the game due to the Buffs, quote, running out of money. They had to do everything on a strict budget. BYU players got amazing gift bags and had an amazing bowl experience. Colorado was on a very strict budget, and the players were frustrated by it. This is what college football's postseason has become. I remember way back when it used to be an accomplishment to go to the postseason. It was treated like it was something special. Fire the band. We got a football fix. Give you some news and notes from around the National Football League. Brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks. Back home, ET in the Hoos. That'll be Saturday, 7:05. Taking on the Massachusetts Pirates. Arg. They're wearing like throwback UNF uniforms. Yeah, I need you to snap me a shot and send it to me, okay?
I got you.
I want to see what that looks like.
Yep.
I hope they go all white. I think they look pretty sharp all white with the Osprey logo on the helmet.
With that blue on there,
yeah, that look cool. So we'll see. Anyway, they got a home game. They're 3-0. Shout out to Coach Jason Gibson, man. He took it in the nose last year, buddy. You know, this guy had nothing but success ever, including winning a title here in Jacksonville his first year, and they just got, curb stomped along the way a year ago. He figured it out, retooled his roster, designed that playbook to be more conducive to this league, and lo and behold, off to a 3-0 start with a couple of road wins already. So, see him at home. And the home course, the Jointed Creek Golf Club. I mentioned earlier, top of the show, it's a hard pass. Somebody else can have him. Feels like Jalen Ramsey will end up like with the Ravens or the Steelers or one of them, doesn't it? But Ramsey is on the trading block, and I don't know what Gladstone's history was with Jalen in L.A. Maybe they got good Jalen. I think Jalen got humbled a little bit when I went to L.A. I did it more mockingly earlier, but there was some truth. He was a huge fish here. He got all kinds of attention. He goes out there, and guess who else plays in L.A.? LeBron. Who are you again? Like, Jalen could go to a club in L.A. and no one know who he is, E.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big, big C. He's a little finding Nemo, finding Jalen. But Jalen's skills have eroded. He's a good cornerback, not a great one. But all the sins committed here against the Jaguars, hockey sticks no, man. Hard pass, as Jalen would say, ahead of the curve. I'm hella against that. He's going to be traded somewhere. Someone will take him. We'll see. A long-time star left tackle Tyron Smith. You know him as a Cowboy, and that's how he wants you to know him. He played last couple years with the Jets, maybe 1 year. But he's retiring and says he will retire as a Cowboy. You tell him, Travis Hunter, and I hope teams 1 through 4 aren't willing to make this commitment to you. Travis Hunter says he's going to quit football if he can't play both ways.
That's what him said.
You better give some serious thought if you're Cleveland or one of these teams. And I know it's just a boisterous, confident statement by Hunter, but what if he's, again, it's a different era. Today's athlete expects to do what he says he wants to do, especially if he's got the scales of power on his side. And as the 2 pick and the best athlete in the draft, Travis Hunter does, told CBS Sports none of the teams he's met with has made an issue of him playing both offense and defense. But he did say if an NFL told him he had to focus on wide receiver or cornerback and not play both, it'd be game over for him. It's never playing football again, Hunter said. Because I've been doing it my whole life. I love being on the football field. I feel like I could dominate on each side of the ball, so I really enjoy it. Yeah, it's Cleveland. That sounds risky to me. You probably don't want to do that. Giants, yeah, no. Go Abdul Carter. Be safe there. Patriots, you need beef in the trenches. You don't need a guy dictating to you that he has to play both sides. Jags, you have huge holes both sides. Sounds like a winner. Continuing with a football fix. Former Georgia Bulldog. Georgia Bulldog. I've got Georgia on my mind. I was looking at something. The Ravens GM is non-committal on Mark Andrews' future with the team. There's a couple of things in play here. One has been the emergence of Isaiah Likely and the weapon it seems like he could be with Lamar Jackson. 2 is, Andrews is aging just a little bit, but I'm telling you, if the 29-year-old is on the market, now there's a place that I wouldn't mind having a conversation. You want to give me Mark Andrews? And, wow, You can only hope that Mark Andrews' career doesn't end with that last game for the Ravens.
Oh, man.
Completely counter to what he was in Baltimore. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Hicken and Rival more next. We got Get Smart John today. Murphy Power Hour. They're going to talk baseball. I'll put earmuffs on. You're listening to The Drill.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. From the preseason to the playoffs and every day in between.
Each man individually preparing himself to be the best he could possibly be. Better than he's ever been. Because that's what it's going to take.
At 1010XL, the season never ends.
Gun charges, drug charges. I'm Attorney Malcolm Anthony, and I specialize in handling these types of felony cases. Stay out of trouble. But if you don't, call me at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. There was a time when if you handed me a bread basket at a restaurant, you better watch your fingers. Pizza, pasta, bread. Carbs were absolutely my weakness. I'd be lying if I said they didn't have me hooked. Then Awaken 180 came into my life. I've been down every diet road there is, but this is different. It's not just another diet. It's a total reset of how you see food. You know that carb craving that we all accepted as normal? That's gone for me now. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy the good stuff, but here's the difference. I no longer feel like I need them. So when the server puts that bread basket on the table, I just smile, sit back, and say, nah, I'm good. That feeling of control is all thanks to Awaken 180. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hacker lost more than 110. Baloo is on his way, and you can lose whatever you want to lose. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180 has changed my life, and it will change yours too. Give them a call at 844-346-1800 or go to awaken180weightloss.com. Trust me, you'll thank yourself.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right. Dan, I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Want to support a locally and veteran-owned company? If you need a new AC, we should be your first and only call. Ideal Conditions keeps you cool. Just ask your AC. Call 904-500-COOL or visit idealconditionsjacks.com.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
Idealconditionsjacks.com.
1010XL's running game takes a giant step forward.
Well, Fred Taylor is the whole package.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the Drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers, the flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Enhance your home with Renewal by Anderson's superior craftsmanship and timeless design. Right now, get $300 off all windows or $825 off patio doors. Plus, zero down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months, but this offer expires April 30th. Renewal by Anderson, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
After Sunday service, Easter dinner, and the egg hunt, this Easter, bring the family in to hunt for a new ride from Arlington Toyota. That's right, from 2 p.m. through 8 p.m. on Easter Sunday, you can finish off your day by driving home a brand new ride from Arlington. New Toyotas, certified pre-owned Toyotas, premium pre-owned vehicles of all makes and models. It's all at Arlington, ready to fill your Easter basket. Sales open Easter Sunday from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just quarter mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL, presented by Surf into Summer Camp. The 2025 NFL Draft is just a week away. Here's Liam Cohen on what he's looking for to add to the Jags D line.
Physically and mentally tough comes to mind, and guys that can set an edge in the run game, play long. That doesn't mean they have to be 6'4", 260, but can they set an edge and play long and stout in the run game, while also maybe giving you a different version of a rush plan, right? A little bit of a different wave of rusher that can maybe come in and do some different things in some third downs, get back on track situations that can potentially burn an edge and be able to get off the edge and go a little bit for us. So definitely something that we're looking for.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 56 degrees at 7 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Guess what day it is?
Oh.
Guess what day it is?
I know it's not Monday.
Guess what day it is?
Think Mike knows?
Anybody?
Mike might know. No, it's not Tuesday.
What day is it, Mike? Hump day.
You know it! Yes, sir! Hey!
Yo!
Tell him again what day it is.
The day that we be humping around. Yo!
Put the hump and hump day, is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to tell you.
Or knock it out of it, one of the two.
Good to be here on a Hump Day Wednesday.
I bet it is. Or how
was date night?
Oh, man.
You slayed it.
Yeah.
Date
guys, Casanova.
Superb.
Yeah.
Tell them what you did, man. Put a little pressure on. I mean, I got a 30th. I have a 30th anniversary coming up in less than a week, and I won't do this.
Oh,
a girlfriend date night. You ready?
Man.
Go ahead. Tell them.
We went to dinner.
Uh-huh.
And then right after dinner,
they went to a nice dinner at a nice place, looking out over the river, spending, buku on, say, beef. Put it that way. Okay. Yeah.
And right after dinner, we went out to the dock.
To the dock.
And then she heard music playing.
Music.
Yeah. She heard music playing. She's like, oh, that's nice.
Did you yell, Manilow?
I did not. I did not yell Manilow, but she was like, that's nice. That's R&B music. I was like, oh, let's go see how to book it. So we walked down to where they was playing the music, and then the dude shook my hand like, hey, nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. And it was for us. And so we got onto the little boat on the St. John's and there was a saxophone player.
I mean, this guy.
It was smooth now. It was smooth. I ain't gonna lie.
They have wedding planners. They have date planners. And just send it to ET. He'll hook it all up for you.
For a small
Maybe he'll send you-
honorarium.
What's the lunch club that he joined? Have you ever even been back? What's that, the River Club?
Oh, yeah, the River Club.
Have you been there yet since you joined? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I got to use that membership.
Okay, you should.
They sent me that bill the other day. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I got to go get that back.
All right.
My guy, yeah. Meanwhile, I'll be hitting some, jewelry store on Monday.
Good night. Good night.
Great night. I gave free money out again last night, Hick.
What'd you do?
The Hawks plus 5.5 was a joke. Play the Magic.
I saw.
Pour it all on the Magic.
I saw Shaq at halftime.
Yeah, was he ripping the Hawks?
Oh, he was funny.
Yeah.
He goes.
It's not their fault, though.
He goes, Chuck, I have some bad news. Chuck goes, what's up? He goes, hand me the box. And he gives him his shoe box. And he opens it up, and it's, what's your name? Harry the Hawk?
Yeah.
He's in the shoe box.
Dead.
Harry's dead.
Yeah. Harry's been dead for years.
He starts trying to give Harry some chest compression.
Sure.
Harry didn't respond.
Yeah.
Harry didn't respond.
I mean, it's a whatever, dude. It's probably better for them to get the 1 in 100 chance of hitting number 1 pick than it is to go off to the number 1 seed and losing 4. But I honestly, not to the point, I'm not giving this one out as free money. I'm not going to win or lose your money for you this time. But I fully expect they'll lose straight up at home to either Chicago or Miami.
So, Chicago, they'll play the winner of Chicago-Miami.
That's right.
The loser of Chicago-Miami's out.
Correct.
And then, is it one game or is it a best?
One game.
One
That's
game.
right, yeah.
And if you win,
You're the 8 seed. You're the 8. 7 is taken care of. Orlando won it last night.
No, they were saying Orlando plays Boston.
That's because Boston's the 2 seed. Cleveland is the 1 seed.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah. The winner of 7-8 is the 7. The
and
loser.
then Golden State did the same thing in the West.
That's right. Because
so they'll play the Rockets.
Well, Well, no, go ahead and fast forward. I mean, they can play the Rockets, and I don't even know who's the 6. It doesn't matter. This is all scripted. This will be Lakers Warriors in round 2.
Right.
And they figured out how the only way they're going to make that happen was to dump the Warriors into the 7. I kid-ish, but I really do. They want that round 2 Warriors Lakers prime the pump for the home stretch of the playoffs.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's where we're at in the association, and Jeff hands out free money.
I mean, yes, I've done it 3. I don't, I can't hit the Friday 5-pack to save my life, but I went over Bama. I went over Dodgers, Braves. Dodgers would get it by themselves, and then last night, take the Magic.
You're hot.
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, straight cash.
Straight cash.
Y'all want to bring Brad some breakfast with those thousands of dollars you're winning? Feel free. Dan's hungry.
I'm surprised that the as I react to the Jalen Ramsey stuff, that the Dolphins still have the same guys who have been making the decisions. Like the Dolphins, probably not a good thing to have Cheetah on one side of the ball and Ramsey on the other side.
Jalen hasn't been.
Jalen
is, in fairness to Jalen, he hasn't been the disruptor in other places that he was here.
No,
he was a big fish in a small market.
He
took
wanted
advantage.
more money, and he got the money again.
Yeah.
Dolphins gave him money a year ago.
Yeah.
A year ago.
He's hard to do. Unless he is playing at a level that he never really played at. We gave him credit for being. I
saw some talk about maybe he should move to safety, but he's not a physical guy. I don't know. Anyway.
No, he's considered a physical corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about a safety.
You think is Jalen a
mindset?
Is Jalen a Hall of Famer?
Huh?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think
he needed to continue to play like a lockdown. He needed to do that for 10 years.
Need more interceptions.
He may do a Dion-like thing over the last
ring
3 or 4
chase
years.
and tack on some.
He may go to
Baltimore
Buffalo
this year,
Detroit and next year, Baltimore the year after.
Yeah, he's got a title though. Jalen, Rams. And here's the interesting thing: no matter how we all feel about him, there's a big factor here. How does James Gladstone and those that in with the Rams feel about him? Mm-hmm. And depending on how they feel, I don't know. I think this is where it's cool having Tony in there.
Yeah,
Tony knows the temperature of this fan base when it comes to Jalen Ramsey. I'll take Jalen Ramsey if you send me Jalen and a first rounder for Monteric Brown, and then I'll trade Jalen somewhere else. I don't want that guy anywhere near my team.
Yeah, Jimmy got to read the room, and like you said, Jeb, that's where Big Bo comes into play.
Mm-hmm. Well, our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day: would you be interested in trading for Jalen Ramsey? Is the question. And it's brought to you by Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Gators, and the PGA Tour. Right now, they're offering a 4.99% fixed interest rate in 15 different locations.
15 of them things.
Yeah, 15 throughout Jacksonville. Just go to dreamfindershomes.com. Tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. You first-time homeowners might not think you can afford, but yes, you can. You can.
I'd guess 85-15.
Well, there's 4 choices. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But along your lines, the options are heck no.
50%.
Could have been hell no, but I put heck no.
Well, you got some class that way.
I threw another one. Only if Miami pays his salary.
Yeah, and that gets.
I gave
5%.
I gave you an absolutely need a cornerback.
That's a 0%.
And I gave you should at least consider. Never had a 0%, by the way. Never still on the Dreamfinders Home. Dreamfinders Homes location.
And then so basically,
should at least consider.
3 are involved. The least consider will get the minimal, the most of those minimal. But since the only option of him not being here was that first one, it's going to get 80%.
Heck no, 60.9%.
It's not enough, Jag fan. It's not enough.
Only if Miami pays the salary, 16%. That takes you to 77%.
I don't care. They can pay the salary. I still don't want him.
Absolutely need a cornerback, 6.5%.
Yeah.
Should at least consider 16.6%.
Yeah. Okay, consider is a relative word.
Yeah.
Again, I think Baselli in that, triumvirate.
Yeah.
Well, he knows. He knows what Jalen is, what he did here, how he acted. He knows the true story behind his dismissal and what went down in Houston. It's all a lie. Jalen's a lie. Mm-hmm. He's a lie. Everything he told y'all about what happened and how it went down, this, that, and the other. He's a narcissistic liar.
I saw yesterday the Twitter police were at it again.
Oh, no. Who got it? Who got pulled over?
Your Atlanta Braves.
Why'd they get pulled over?
The off-the-field guys.
The Twitter, in charge of the Twitter?
No.
Oh,
the judgmental, my opinion is the only right opinion. You all are wrong. I'm right.
I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah, you would not do well on it. As how offensive the reporter was for getting the digits from the girls in the stands. How absolutely
that's
double standard it is.
That's not Brave fan then. That's just
no.
They just
I didn't say it was a Braves fan.
Oh, well, yeah.
And a lot of it came from
that's silly.
A lot of it came from the female reporters and a couple male reporters, and I just
whatever, dude. They watch it. It was lighthearted. There was nothing. The girls weren't uncomfortable. Stop it.
It was a girl report.
Can't we have any fun?
Are we going to do this?
Yeah,
forever?
really? You want us to outline the history of the girl reporters, ladies?
Oh my God!
Because there's a lot of black sheep in the whole girl reporter chain. If they did this, let me tell you what the guy didn't do: go sleep with half the roster.
Oh dear. It's I would just throw this out to the Googans, man. If you finally realize that you're part of the Twitter police, you need to take a look in the mirror, man. It's okay to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Just respect the fact that somebody else may not have the same opinion.
And don't be judgy about it.
Yeah.
It's different in an opinion and a judgment.
Louise, man. There's something wrong with you if you just wait and pounce on somebody who makes a mistake or, just nonsensical. Really,
What's the powerlessest form of power? That's what they do.
There's no power. It's just annoying to read.
It is for the people that are doing it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. They're manufacturing power because they haven't earned any in any other place.
Yeah.
And the ones that are really just touched are the ones that have power in other places, but they just, the Olbermans or the whoever of the world that just can't help themselves from being total DBs.
Who cares, man? It's a lighthearted bit.
It wasn't even
the kid.
No, there's no one that would take that offense at that. Yeah. Nobody. But so
yes, there are.
Well, no,
I can read them.
That's an echo chamber, though. They're all in a very tiny minority. They may be a majority of what's tweeting on the subject, but in the overall consciousness, they're a tiny minority, and that in and of itself is part of what's wrong with Twitter.
Man.
Creates a narrative that's just not true.
Not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
But yeah, they ought to be more disgusted. I was hoping this would be like baseball relevant, and that would be more fair.
I was looking at I was looking at one other thing. We'll head off the break. Maybe we'll do this later. It's no big deal. But it surprised me that Devontae Adams is the second-ranked wide receiver heading into this season.
Yeah, that is very surprising.
I think he's got a.
Where did he land?
The Rams, right?
I think he's very good. I don't know if he's second though. Yeah, chasing Jefferson.
Way.
Yeah, he might be third.
Third?
He's still putting up numbers, dude.
Oh, man.
Still putting up numbers.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd be surprised. What did he do with the Raiders his 1 year, full year there? They're terrible. I think he had like 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns, didn't he? And then he, last year was disjointed. I know here he looked awful daggum. He looked better than Justin Jefferson here in Jacksonville. Yeah. Jefferson got relatively shut down his visit, and Adams lit us up for $150.
Yeah.
So, but 2 seems high to your point. I mean, he's 31 years old, isn't he? But still very
85
good.
catches last year.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not
That's
bad.
Brian Thomas Jr. What were the yards and the touchdowns?
More than I thought. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know about third.
What's yards?
Second.
What's yards? What's yards and touchdowns?
1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's Brian Thomas Jr. year. Now, granted, Thomas is a rookie and is on the come, but it shows you. I mean, that's his resting face is Brian Thomas Jr.'s season last year.
No, I'd rather have Chase, Justin Jefferson. Heck, I'd rather have Brian Thomas Jr., Amon-Ra,
AJ
yeah,
Brown.
I guess. Listen, here's the thing too.
CeeDee Lamb.
These are also hard. Are we talking about moving forward or right now? Like you got a game Sunday.
Well, this is.
Is that what it is? Or, see what I'm saying
wide
though?
receiver 2025 season rankings.
Yeah. See, that's too high.
Fantasy football. Way too high.
Well, fantasy is also different.
Yeah.
But I guess that doesn't make sense fantasy because you got Puka Nacua grabbing a lot of balls. Yeah. Where did Cooper Kupp end up?
He wasn't on that list.
I know, but where did he end up?
Seattle.
That's right.
All right, we got trivia coming up with GSJ. That's still ahead. We got Murphy and the Murphy Power Hour coming in. I learned something about baseball players. I asked Murphy. It'll be a fun story, but I didn't realize this. But Major League Baseball players, if you play 8 years, you get a gold card. You go to any baseball game.
Yeah, I did know that. We talked about that with Daniel. I think one time.
Did we?
Although he doesn't act like it when he goes to some of these games. I wonder where they sit you.
You get the best available seat.
Because we've talked. Because the other day we were talking about like he pulled connections to sit where he sat on opening day. And I wonder if maybe he doesn't know.
I don't know.
Did he play 8 years?
No, he knows. I asked him. I said, "You got a gold card?" And he smiled. I said,
"Yeah."
That seems like something Murphy do.
Yeah.
Just smile.
Yeah. Here's an interesting point. When it comes to Jalen Ramsey and the Gladstone connection, never mind what happened in L.A. Jalen Ramsey would fly directly in the face of your keyword for the offseason. He is not an intangibly rich player.
Amen to that.
Intangibly poor. So
amen to that.
I can't imagine he would be anywhere within the scope of vision of a football team trying to get better.
I would concur.
Yeah. Get Smart John is next. You're listening to The Drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday.
Downtime with Dan is serviced by the local family-owned company for home comfort and your statewide mechanical partner for the biggest projects, Lloyd's Heating and Air.
All right, say what you want about Jaguars general manager James Gladstone. In the book, very much still to be written, and you have to believe in him because he gives this franchise hope. But he definitely is doing it his way, my way, a little Frank Sinatra way, right? Like, he did admit that this team, like the Rams that he came from, do not do top 30 visits for draft prospects. It's just interesting. It's another way of doing things. Right or wrong, I don't know. We'll find out. Listen, all that matters is who they pick on draft day, and they're going to have a lot of opportunities in the top 126 players to get some good football players. And if they don't, this team is going to be a lot like it was 1 year ago, in my opinion. But if they do find some rookies who can help and help starting in September, then the Jags certainly can compete in the not exactly strong AFC South.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Let's go behind the curtain at 1010XL.
Next time it'll be flawless.
It's still the flea circus. It's all an illusion.
When we have control again.
You've never had control. That's the illusion.
1010XL.
You totally undersold it.
Jeff Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Need a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, or hospitality projects? Or top-tier residential service? No gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
Hey, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Nobody wants you to protect your skin more than my friends at Beaches Dermatology. That's Doctors Boudreaux, Drs. Metz, Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery. You know what? They'd rather you not have to come in. They'd rather you take great care of your skin. They'd rather you in the Sunshine State wear a hat and protect your ears. They'd rather you wear a long sleeve dry fit, get some sunscreen on, be careful. But if something does show up, then they want to see you. They'll take care of you. What you do is, and by the way, a bunch of locations to serve you. But so the best way to do things, go to beachesdermatology.com. That's beachesdermatology.com. There you can make an appointment at the location best to serve you. I go to the one off Solana Road. Shout out to all the fine folks over there. But that's the way to handle things. One of the best places to work, recently voted by the Jacksonville Business Journal. So don't take my word for it. Take their word for it. Beaches Dermatology. Go online at beachesdermatology.com.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Visit sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Direct from Broadway, MJ, the Tony Award-winning musical, is starting something all across America. Get tickets now to what the Washington Post calls a runaway hit. MJ the Musical, playing Jacksonville Center for the Performing Arts April 22nd through 27th. Tickets at fscjartistseries.org.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren here from Helmets and Heels. When it's time for new tires, look no further than Big Chief Tire. Their experts will help you quickly find the right fit, ensuring a safe and comfortable ride. With quality options, fair prices, and quick installation, you'll be back on the road in no time. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment and roll into 2025 with even greater confidence guaranteed. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Good teachers and coaches get the most out of their scholar athletes. That's why 1010XL salutes the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com. Powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam.
Frank Frangie here. I was talking to a buddy the other day. His HOA told him his old fence had to go. I said, man, call Coil Fencing. They've been around the block since 1927. Heck, they probably built half the fences in Jacksonville. They do it all. Tough chain link for security. Those fancy aluminum ones the HOA actually likes. Nearly a century of keeping yards safe and looking good. If you need a fence, call Coil. You can trust the folks at Coil. 904-356-4821 or visit CoilJacks.com, COYLE, Jacks.com.
Hi, this is Lisa the Botanista with a special invitation. Are you tired of scrolling through other people's boating adventures? Are you sick of liking your friends' posts out of jealousy when you see them on the water? Are you finally ready to cure the FOMO for Florida's greatest pastime, boating? Then I'd like to invite you to visit the Freedom Boat Club at the boat show and see what this Boating Made Simple is all about. We handle the cleaning, maintenance, storage, and all the hassles of an entire fleet in Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, and St. Augustine. You join the club and use the boats whenever you want. You can also go boating at over 350 locations across the U.S., Canada, and Europe. From water sports and cruising to inshore and offshore fishing, we've got you covered. We even include unlimited one-on-one water training for every membership, so you gain the confidence you need at the helm to have fun. See us at the boat show this month to learn about Boating Made Simple and receive a special discount on membership and start creating your own memories on the water. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Get Smart John is polished up by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
You know him, you love him. TriviaNation.com zone. He's bald. He's beautiful. Backs and abs on a Wednesday. Please welcome to the program a man who's in favor of the new co-ed sauna. Get Smart John.
The co-ed sauna.
No. Real quick, I don't need the music, but if you're going to send in a speed trap alert to save a Guggen, we're going to extend the lifeline. So right now, speed trap in play, brought to you by Catlin Truck Accessories, 295 near Old St. Augustine Road. There you have it. All right, now on to the fun.
Good morning, Guggen.
Good morning, Guggen.
Good morning, John.
So I just heard on the news, so I'm going to start you out with a bonus. So this does not count against the actual tally, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So
before you do, I'd like to say this. Yeah. I heard the news today. Oh, boy. Okay, go ahead.
It's the Beatles.
Nice.
That's correct,
Okay.
Jeff. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the last survivor of Pearl Harbor just died.
Yes, 106 years old.
Okay, well there you go. You got it. Okay.
Yep. How many years were we going to get?
Within one.
Oh, within one?
I was probably going to give you one or two.
I was going to say 105. I would have got it. I saw that story. I was thinking 104, but I wasn't positive. I was going to go 105.
Oh. Good job.
Okay, another perfect game. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Okay. We're going to get things started, though, with history.
History?
What U.S. landmark was dedicated in 1886 as a gift from France?
Yeah, the Statue of Liberty.
Yes. Geography.
Don't know much about geography.
Ah.
I do.
What is the name of the mountain range that stretches from British Columbia in Canada down to New Mexico in the United States?
Not the Rockies? Right? Yeah, Rockies.
Rocky Mountain High.
That is correct.
In Colorado.
Can you give us a couple questions that wouldn't pertain to a song in any way? Thank you. I asked him for a
one
friend.
anyway, you know.
I'll find a song in anything. You just challenged me. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that.
That's true. Current events.
Mm-hmm.
Which country announced its tightening citizen eligibility to only those with native parents or grandparents rather than any ancestor since the country was formed? Australia, Denmark, or Italy?
Man, I'm shocked that I didn't see this.
I haven't heard of this.
I haven't heard this at all. That sounds
I come from the land down under.
It sounds Australian to me. They've kind of gone off the chain a little
song
bit.
in there.
I mean, Denmark's open. They'll take anyone, right? Well,
Right.
If you're not your grandfather, you don't count. No.
Italy's selling those abodes for $1 over there. That's the only thing I know about Italy right
Let's
now.
go Australia. Just a gut.
So if you're going with that, I guess you guys would be men at work.
I missed that story.
When the moon hits the
see.
Like a big piece of
Okay, that's
pie.
not fair. That's Italy. It's got to be like right there in the lyrics. We can't just go like the topic and make a song about anything.
Oh, this is pretty good, actually. Okay, movies. What 1996 alien invasion film starred Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum?
Oh, that's
Aliens?
Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day, 4th of July one. Yeah.
Say it again.
Independence Day.
Yes.
Yeah. The fat lady ain't singing. The fat lady ain't singing. Let's get out of here.
Now the president, he's the one that's died, or he's still alive?
President's still alive. He's a fighter pilot. He gets in the.
No, I'm saying in real life. Like one of those guys. There's two guys who are the same guy, right? The guy from Twister and the guy from President. Are they not the same actor? What are their names?
Paxton.
And what's the other one? What's the one?
Paxton's the one who passed away.
Okay,
right?
and then the one.
Pullman.
Yeah, Bill Pullman, Bill
Yeah.
Paxton. Real similar dudes.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
What did Paxton? Did he have cancer or something?
I think he.
No, he had. He went in for some surgery, and it was screwed up by the doctors.
Oh no, because he wasn't old. He's not much older than us.
61, I think.
Yeah.
I think he was 61. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. TV. And there's going to be a bonus on this, too.
Sure. I'll get them both.
Okay. Within 5 years, either way, what year did the quiz show Jeopardy first premiere on television?
55.
That early?
58. I feel like it's been around forever. Did we not do a 50th anniversary Jeopardy at some point? It's definitely at the latest 60s, no? Or is that a different show? Didn't Art Fleming do Jeopardy, or was that a different show?
Art Fleming did do Jeopardy.
Yeah, that's got to be.
Art Fleming did do, and actually that was your bonus too.
Okay, so it's Art Fleming. So we got the bonus. Yeah, let's go.
I don't think it's that old.
You don't think it's 50s? Definitely 60s, dude.
I think like there was.
Let's go 65 then. No, do you think that's too early?
Yes.
Art Fleming's all black and white, dude. I mean, 70s is color TV, Hick. The old Jeopardies are black and white. I mean, the 50s quiz shows were the phenomenon. I'd say earlier rather than later. I would say no way is it the 70s.
No way.
That's what I would say. Now, I've been way wrong a million times. But in my mind, Art Fleming Jeopardy is always black and white.
All right.
You know, and so I don't know what that means exactly, but it feels like weren't the 70s almost entirely color TV, new shows?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Much, yeah, as I remember.
Let's go. I'll go 65 because you think it's late. I think it might be in the 50s, though. 65.
All right.
1964.
Okay.
Good job.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Gosh, remember when game shows ruled?
Yeah. They try and bring them back.
Oh, Wink Martindale passed away.
He
yeah,
did.
91.
Wink got to 91, not the coach.
Yeah.
but
I was
the
going to say,
game
did a hell of a job in the league, too. Game shows have tried, and because I can remember us saying, man, they should bring game shows back. They were great, and they've tried, and now they're a prime time, and it just doesn't work.
No.
It just doesn't work. Game shows are for housewives, man, back in the day. They're on at 11 o'clock in the morning. Housewives and kids home from summer. There's grown men never seen Prices Right their whole life.
Oh, gosh.
We grew up with the Price.
Yeah, as kids,
Absolutely.
though. As a grown-up, as an adult, how many times have you seen Prices Right, honestly?
I watch it when it's in the prime time.
Well, yeah, in the prime time, though. Yeah.
Because they give away
But now,
so much.
Bottom line is, because listen, trust me, man, I can act out the demo. Miss P and I are afraid to put it on the Game Show Network now and then watch a couple of somethings. The old ones, you know. This
Well, Match Game was always a little risque, too.
Yeah.
You know, with Gene Rayburn.
That's Alec Baldwin now hosts that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. But you know what? In all the years, probably in 60 years, Wink Martindale never changed his hairstyle, did he?
Nope.
Same hairstyle the entire time.
Never changed much.
No, he really
Wink
did.
Martindale, is that Rushmore? Or just outside? Where is he?
Wink would be. Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah,
go.
you know what? Probably just for staying power.
Well, you got Trebek and Sajak. They're side by side on the Rushmore, and then you got Bob Barker, and you know
Bob Barker had two shows.
Maybe throw Bill Cullen in there too.
Yeah, that's what and Art Fleming started Jeopardy. I mean, it's probably not as obvious as I think he just misses the cut, but very good. Chuck Woolery did a lot.
Original host of Wheel of of course, Lubkin.
Yeah.
Barker, Trebek, Sajak, Wink, Gene Rayburn, Bill Cullen, Alan Ludden.
Yeah.
Those types of guys.
Oh, yeah, Alan Ludden. Yeah. Bonus question. Who was Alan Ludden married to?
No, I just saw this. Oh, gosh. I just saw this.
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Who?
Pete Crow Armstrong's wife. Mother.
It might be. No, I just saw this. He was married to, I know.
Who?
Betty White.
Betty White.
Yes, very good.
That's a good pull there.
That was a good poll.
I saw a clip just recently. I don't know why. Like on my version of TikTok, my YouTube shorts was Betty White on Carson and giving him a hard time because Carson had, told jokes about White and this guy who I did not recognize, and now it's circled back 3 days later. Weird.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Science. What is the force felt between two surfaces when one attempts to slide against the other called?
It's called sex, John.
Oh.
Yeah.
7:32.
Oh,
9 o'clock nasty.
Male, female, That's friction.
It is friction.
Yeah. All right, it is.
Music.
Menlo!
Oh, speaking of that, the Googans and Guggenellas last night, we packed them in. Oh, loud and proud.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And we had several music questions last night.
Daddy, what's it?
Oh, yeah. Go Your Own Way was the first single from which Fleetwood Mac album?
Rumors. Is it Rumors? That's the only one I know.
Well, that's probably the only one I know, too. So,
yes.
The best of Fleetwood Mac. I also know that one.
Greatest hits.
Or whatever, yeah.
History. What conflict is often referred to as the Forgotten War?
We know that one. The Forgotten War is the...
There's a few that seem to come to mind. I don't know what era. Where there's a couple of like the Forgottens to me would be like the
Korean,
right? Yeah, it seems
What
like
else would
that's
it be?
lost between the World War and the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Korean War.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could go like War of 1812 or French and Indian or something old school. Outside of the Revolution and Civil War, but yeah.
Right.
Forgotten War, World War I, John. That's our final answer.
Yeah. Actually, that was known as the Great War.
Yeah.
And what else was it known as? There was another that was always associated with it.
World War I.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. What is it?
The war to end all wars.
Oh, yeah. That should have been two since one failed in doing so.
Exactly. Okay. Now time for your audio clue. There will be maybe two, maybe three. We'll see how you do first. Okay? Okay, E, please.
Hold on a second. What about Bobby Marks trying to sexy it up for this year?
What do you mean?
Vic? Bobby Marks like an NBA analyst. He's usually like sweats, and now he's all like, $1,000 tailored suit.
Oh, didn't notice.
Trying to, up his game.
All right, Bobby, get you some.
All right. It's kind of stuff my stupid brain recognizes. All right. Hey!
It's the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's one question.
Don't you forget about me.
Right, okay.
We used to play somebody in with this who was, this is soccer, hockey.
Okay, so it is Breakfast Club, yeah. And can you also tell me the name of the band that sings that song?
Is that the same one that did, is that Tears for Fears?
No.
Should be.
It's
kind of the same, though. I know what you're saying. Kind of that same.
It is. It's I just had it.
I know it.
You know?
I knew it before the song.
Okay, well then go ahead.
What's the it's not a name of people. It's it's like that. All right, go ahead and tell them.
Simple Minds, my boy.
Simple Minds. That's it.
There you go.
Good job.
Very good, Simple Minds. And for the fine, you've already gotten it, but these are
when we changed the name of the show for a third time, that's what we should have land on. Simple Minds. Yeah. We could open with this song. It'd be perfect.
Very concise. Yes. Okay. And of the Breakfast Club, who is the oldest?
What do you mean? Like the actor or actress?
Yes.
Yeah, the principal.
No, not that. No.
I considered it part of the club, but I'm kidding.
Who are the?
You got Ali Sheedy, you got Judd Nelson, you got Emilio Estevez, you got Anthony Michael Hall, and you got Molly Ringwald.
Look at you naming them all.
It feels like it's Judd Nelson, doesn't it?
I would say Estevez, but I don't. Could be Judd.
Although Judd lived hard, he could have looked older.
Anthony Michael Hall was young in that movie,
right?
So
and Molly Ringwald also. It could be. I'd say it's Sheedy or
Could be
Could be Sheedy, but she was young too. It's
probably Judd.
It's Estevez
Judd was
or Judd.
the most mature in the movie,
and he seemed older, but he also could just be living hard. He could, 18 living like a 28-year-old.
Let's go with Judd.
All right,
I
Judd
like that
Nelson.
first call.
Yeah, Judd.
Yes, he was 26 at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you know what Estevez was? Never mind.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He was
You know,
a wrestler.
Yeah.
the Paul
Judd was
Gleason,
a
who
pot
played
smoker.
that was monitoring them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that he went to Florida State?
No.
Yes. And I think he might have
Figures.
played pro ball briefly, baseball. I
Good
think
for
I
him.
might have read that somewhere.
He looks like it. That would be. Yeah, I could buy that.
Okay.
Whereas
Good
like
work.
the Ferris Bueller principle, not so much.
No. Bueller.
No, not the same guy.
No.
No, different guys.
Okay. All right. TV. What Emmy Award-winning HBO drama that premiered in 2018 centers on the Roy family and their battle for control of a global media empire?
That is oh gosh, I didn't watch. I watched like 3. I barely started. It's I want to say it's not Billions. That's the other one. It's
I didn't watch
Succession.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Very good. Nice pull. Okay. Here's a sports one, by the way. This was last night, and it was second rounder. A lot of people missed this.
That Succession show, by the way, is good.
All right.
And it's got that Brian Scott. You know who that is? The older actor.
He's the from The Office.
No. Never mind. Okay,
you mean Brian Cox?
Brian Cox, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, he's the voice.
I knew you would say that. Yeah.
He's the voice of all the McDonald's commercials.
I didn't
That's
know
him.
that. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. Hicken would recognize. That show maybe sent him into like another. Like I don't know.
A lot of people don't know
more
Brian
visible.
Cox is Wally Cox's son.
Don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Major League Baseball pitcher Philip Humber.
Yeah.
Threw a perfect game in 2012 while playing for what American League team?
It's the White Sox, I believe.
Nice. Very quickly. I like it.
Yeah, you might want to get that out of here.
Yeah.
Don't bring that by this place. Yeah.
No, it's good.
You have to go Dallas Braden to get us, and even then we go A's.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to give you another sports, too.
Yeah, good.
All right, fine.
Okay.
It's your pride, not ours.
Wheelhouse.
No. I have. Listen, I pull for you guys.
I know you do.
I know.
Yeah.
I really do. Okay. Before retiring in
You're not like those others out there.
They just, they just.
I'm not a hater.
They
I am
can't
not a
stand it
hater.
that we get the questions right
They
because
take
we act like
glee
such
in our-
clowns. So,
They
yeah.
take glee in our film.
Every week they go home saying, "Oh, but at the end of the day, John comes on and we just get them all right. No
Okay.
music playing, no time to commiserate, none of it. Just boom." Yeah.
Okay. Before retiring in 2022, what tennis player won 23 Grand Slam singles titles, the most in the Open era at the time?
It's Federer. All right, or Serena. Serena, isn't it? Did he say he didn't say male, did he?
I didn't.
Read it again.
But that's not.
Before retiring in 2022, what tennis player won 23 Grand Slam singles titles, the most in the Open era at the time?
It's got to be Serena, dude.
It can't be Federer?
Didn't Federer retire before 2022? I mean, we just turned.
I think he just finally made it official. Didn't he have a...
Serena only got to 22, didn't she? I feel like she didn't get
She
to
was
23.
chasing Margaret Court.
But
remember?
But I don't think Federer caught Court, did he? Did they both have 24? What did you say the number was, 24?
23.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the two.
What'd you say first?
I said Federer, and then because he didn't say male, it made me think it's a trick question in there somehow. Because I don't know. Maybe most people go to Serena first and forget Federer. 2020. Are we sure Federer was playing? He retired in 20. Is that it? I mean, that's only been 2 years. And Serena has not played. I mean, she's not played in she probably played in 2 years.
I think Serena retired earlier than that.
Than 22?
Don't you think she's been out for more than 2 years?
That's funny.
Yeah,
It
it does feel like that.
Really? It feels like
Let's go with Federer. Federer.
Okay. Serena.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah.
Damn.
I would have said Serena.
I don't like that.
Federer, you're going to look up, retired in 2020.
Federer retires.
And Serena just retired in 2022.
From tennis.
Business.
Federer announces retirement from tennis in September of 22.
Wow, same, right on top of each other. How many did he have?
All right, let's look.
Must not have had the 23. He must have had 22.
If he had,
God, that's really close, by the way. That's a hard
you
question.
better hope like hell, John. That
Well, no, that's hard only because they retired. And the two that you're thinking about retired in the same year, and they're probably like one apart.
20.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job, John.
That makes, by the way, the question, like, you get less.
It's not a chicken feathers question.
You should know that we should know. Yeah, we should have never said Federer. We should know it was 20 and not 23. That's the fact.
Yeah, that's what we should have known.
And that's kind of wanted. Yeah, Serena. I felt like Federer leveled, and the other because the other two have passed him. Even I think I know Djokovic has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Business.
What now defunct electronics retailer had the slogan, "You've got questions, we've got answers"?
Is that
best? Is it
IBM
Circus?
or
No? He said it's got. He said electronic store, didn't he?
Right, now defunct
It's got
electronics
Radio Shack?
retailer.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it Radio Shack? Yeah, Radio Shack.
I like Radio Shack.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
questions?
Do you remember those commercials?
Yeah, I didn't remember who it was.
Handy Company. Do you remember that in the commercials?
I could have just as confidently though said Best Buy or Circuit City.
But they're not
just
defunct.
lost Circuit City.
They're not defunct.
Just
Best Buy's
lost
not
Circuit
defunct.
City.
But Circuit City is they still
gone.
alive too? Yeah, Circuit City's defunct.
No, Best Buy's not defunct.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I
One
thought
of my favorite.
For a while.
Well, I didn't know actually. I don't know Best
One
Buy.
of my favorite words in the English language. Defunct.
Yeah, almost everything will be defunct within 10 years because everybody orders everything offline.
True.
One place in particular.
All right, we got time for a couple more, Johnny.
Couple more. Okay. Movies. Who directed the 1976 film Taxi Driver, starring Robert De Niro?
That's
Scorsese, isn't it?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Isn't
I
it?
think it's him.
Scorsese?
Yeah.
Scorsese. Yes.
I always get those guys mixed up.
De Palma, Scorsese.
Coppola.
Yeah.
They kind of do all. Yeah, you're right.
I tell you, the one that I always see and I have to do a double take is when they throw Soderbergh in. Always the first thing Spielberg, because he's done a bunch too.
Mm-hmm. Art.
Van Gogh.
The painting.
Art
The
appreciation.
Night Watch was created by which Dutch master in 1642?
The old Dutch master, the little
Monet or what is it? What was the question?
The painting, The Night Watch, was created by which Dutch master in 1642?
I mean,
Van Gogh Dutch.
It could be Van Gogh.
It seems like it's always Van
It's
Gogh.
always Van Gogh. When in doubt, go with Van Gogh.
Yeah, because Monet and Monet, they're French, aren't they? Yeah, we'll go Van Gogh.
Van Gogh.
Rembrandt.
Oh, Rembrandt.
Okay. Yeah, nice to see Rembrandt make an appearance. Haven't heard from him in 20 years.
Off kin of Johnny Rembrandt.
Yeah, that's Rembrandt.
Okay, you want one more?
Yeah, last one.
Okay, science. What planet in our solar system has the shortest day?
I got this one. It's
completing
Uranus.
Rotation. Completing a rotation in just under 10 hours.
Mercury's the closest.
Yeah,
to the sun, so it would be that
I
one.
would think so.
Yeah. It's either your Mercury or Uranus.
How old are you, bro?
Oh, we can't help ourselves.
Yeah, we're going to say Mercury.
You know what? Mercury was the number one wrong answer
Yeah, unbelievable.
last night. It was actually Jupiter.
Yeah, Jupiter's spinning way too fast. Get off! Get off!
I'm dizzy.
I mean, 10-hour day on that big circular ball of gas. Oh, my God.
I'm dizzy.
Okay, I want you guys to end on a positive note. I'm
Okay.
going to give you one more
Sure.
music.
They love
What Motown group had a 1964 hit with My Girl?
My girl.
Temptations, ain't it?
It is The Temptation.
He has to get that. Culture would drop him for like a week. He'd go on culture probation for a week.
Get him out of
Thank
here.
you, John.
All right,
Appreciate
boys.
you.
Johnny.
We, we continue with the 10-minute drill next on the Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Play-by-play just makes everyday life better.
I did not see this one coming.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. There was a time when if you handed me a bread basket at a restaurant, you better watch your fingers. Pizza, pasta, bread. Carbs were absolutely my weakness. I'd be lying if I said they didn't have me hooked. Then Awaken 180 came into my life. I've been down every diet road there is, but this is different. It's not just another diet. It's a total reset of how you see food. You know that carb craving that we all accepted as normal? That's gone for me now. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy the good stuff, but here's the difference. I no longer feel like I need them. So when the server puts that bread basket on the table, I just smile, sit back, and say, nah, I'm good.
That feeling of control is all thanks to Awaken 180. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hacker lost more than 110. Baloo is on his way, and you can lose whatever you want to lose. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180 has changed my life, and it will change yours too. Give them a call at 844-346-1800 or go to awaken180weightloss.com. Trust me, you'll thank yourself.
Hey, Hicken here. You tired of glasses or contacts? Discover customized vision solutions at Bow 9 Associates. Dr. Bowden's team offers cutting-edge options like Evo implantable Collamer lenses or refractive lens exchange and even classic LASIK, designed to fit your life. Picture perfect vision for reading, driving, or just enjoying the day. It's easier than you think. Call now and get that free screening. Bow 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Spring and summer are coming. Will your pool deck be ready? Don't Slip Deck Coatings of Jacksonville has you covered. Their multi-layered slip-resistant coatings come in a variety of colors, adding safety, durability, and style to your outdoor spaces. Plus, they offer slip-resistant solutions for inside your home, too. Long-lasting, affordable, and built to protect your family. Don't wait. Call today for a free quote. 904-466-1839. And follow Don't Slip Jacks on Facebook and Instagram.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
Get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
Tired of seeing the signs of aging? Spring is here, a time to renew. I'm Dr. Mark Capel, a board-certified dermatologist, here to help you look and feel your best with minimal to no downtime. Rejuvenate your skin, strengthen your core, and sculpt your body with advanced face and body treatments designed to restore your youthful glow and confidence. Just in time for spring and summer. A healthier, more fit you starts now. Visit dermagnify.com and step into spring looking and feeling your best.
It's the blog players put their pads on for.
So we got to bring my thoughts and observations on our home team. That's what I share with you every week on my blog.
Roland Reach Plumbing brings you Hayes Blog on 1010XL.com.
Need fresh and flavorful lunch? Chicken Salad Chick has scratch-made Southern-style chicken salad in every bite. It's quick and delicious, so why wait? Come taste the best chicken salad today at Town Center, Durbin Park, or Butler Point at Chicken Salad Chick.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Anthony. Have you been charged with a crime? You don't have to face it alone. I'm here for you. Stay out of trouble, but if you don't, call me. 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW in the 904.
Frank Frangie here. Nimnik has the largest selection of GMC's impressive SUV lineup and the all-new redesigned GMC Acadia and the highly sought-after Yukon and Yukon XL. Save big with the all-new GMC Hummer EV SUV and truck, plus the all-new GMC Sierra EV. Ask how to get an instant $7,500 tax credit on EV models and financing as low as 0%. Visit the showroom off Phillips Highway. GMC, we are professional grade.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
your local authorized Xerox dealer on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it.
All right, back here on the drill. Time for the 10-minute drill. We'll hit some of the headlines from the sports world. The NBA play-in last night. Here's the observation that I will make. One, the Magic fans that are here in town, the closest to NBA market, it's going to be a tough spot. You got injured. You got Boston. They won the season series with Boston. There's always a freaky upset somewhere. The Magic may have the pieces to pull one off back at full health because they spent a lot of this season, closer to you than us, I guess. But really, it's this. I'm not a talent evaluator, Dan. I won't be scouting for the NBA draft. No team, unfortunately, will employ me as their general manager. But I can make this player comparison and tell you, undoubtedly, and they're very close, as the nature of this statement is. I can tell you one guy who's definitely better than the other, and that is playoff Jimmy's a whole heck of a lot better than quitter Jimmy. It's amazing that this is the same guy. Quitter Jimmy would give you 2 for 12 and 7 points and 12 minutes in Miami and pout and demand and grouse.
Right.
And Jimmy Butler must be a likable dude because everywhere he goes, they embrace him and love him. And I don't know if where he leaves, they don't feel that way. But, I mean, it's kind of gross that we trumpet this guy as playoff Jimmy when quitter Jimmy is just as big a part of him.
Yeah.
And because I would say this, if Jimmy Butler's came with 38 and 16 and what he's doing with Golden State, I would suggest in the East, if he did that for Miami, they'd be a contender as much as Golden State is. Be close.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll get out the parade floats today for playoff Jimmy and, showing up again last night. I remember quitter Jimmy, who leaves teams worse than how he found them.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a hard time getting over stuff like that.
Well, it's just like
kind of like the Tennessee quarterback. Whatever. I don't know the whole story there, but I mean, they obviously overplayed their hand, man. They're not getting scored. Like Tulane pulled out of it yesterday. North Carolina, he's got nowhere to go.
I hope so. In a just world, he's done making money playing football.
Well, he's going to not make $4 million.
Did you hear the story about that whole football team and they leveraged that before the playoff game?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but you know what?
But in a way, Tennessee created this. Listen, good and bad, but Tennessee, the NCAA tried to, when they gave
tried to put a governor on it.
When they gave Nico the money,
4-year, $10 million,
it was against the rules
at the time.
Yeah,
but they knew it was coming.
NCAA said you can't do that. Tennessee Attorney General sued. Hey, landmark. Well,
I forgot that part of the story.
You got to be careful what you wish for,
right?
You
make this guy your pioneer.
So he probably wasn't the best one to do.
Yeah. He's unfortunately, Dan, we're going to have a lot more athletes with this mentality moving forward.
And I don't blame them, but
at the end of the day,
a dose of reality.
Well, there's also this reality. I don't know what world people live in today with all of the influences they get, but there's some certain people want science until they don't.
Yeah.
And science is your brain isn't ready till your mid-20s. And we're asking 14 and 15 and 16 and 18-year-olds to make the kind of decisions with the kind of maturity that a 30-year-old would making. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, here's my goal. Here would be how I would fix college football. Every incoming freshman gets a $250,000 IRA per year. Goes into annuity. You can have it when you're 40. Meanwhile, go to class. Get a job, and you'll be fine. I'm going to give you this money now, and all $4.8 million is going to be gone to the dust in 4 years, isn't it? But to leverage like this, I mean, here's something. Here's a value maybe they could put in the NIL. Some of these kids could learn. Your word, your obligation when you sign a contract and someone agrees to give you unproven and unworthy $10 million, you show some appreciation for that.
Yeah, I don't like the excuses.
It's weak. His dad is again
about
Nico's dad
his play.
Yeah,
like Josh Heupel has a good offense. I mean, I talked to Charlton a lot during the football season, and he would lament, and then show me the wide open verticals that Nico misses.
But they said the same thing about Hooker and Milton. They
were better than this kid.
I don't know if Milton was.
I think so.
From the long ball accuracy.
Oh, I think so.
But, of course, you're also talking about a true freshman or a redshirt freshman versus by the time we saw Milton, he was a senior.
Right. Well, that's fair. That's fair. But, I mean, he threw 19 touchdown passes.
But they all came against nobodies, man.
And that's not many. You don't get a raise for that.
But he threw them against, again, he had like 6 of them against like the Northern Illinois, whoever that was on their schedule, I read.
Fair. That's fair. But anyway.
It's just another terrible black mark on college sports and what the reality of it is and what a pain in the butt it must be. It'd be easier. It's finally official and flipped. It's easier to be a pro coach than a college coach. It's not even close.
Speaking of college sports, that Xavier Lee visited Florida. No official yet commitment. They say it's St. John's or Florida. So just like Walter Clayton Jr. Lee did play in high school with Thomas Houck. So maybe that'll help. But they
got an even better kid on the hook at Washington State. And if they get these 2 guys, there is no reason to expect a drop-off. And I don't expect to win the Natty. No one just runs it all the time. But this, I forget it. I think it's Carson Coward is his name out in Washington State. And he's like an 18.6 rebound, 6'6" guard.
Oh.
Who Duke, Kansas, Florida, Alabama are after.
Kansas in a lot of these.
Yeah. They need it. Not a good year by Kansas standards.
No. So
Kansas won it all a couple years ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
Recently?
641-1010. You got to come courteous, come correct. What are they going to win?
You come kind, come courteous, come correct. You can win tickets to the iconic classic rock favorite, America. They're live at the Florida Theater April 23rd.
Desert on a horse with no name.
Venture Highway.
Tickets on sale now at floridatheater.com. But one lucky winner can win some tickets right now. 904-641-1010.
Yeah, lock it.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios, 1010XL.
Duval's just different when the Jags are good. You can feel it in the air. You can sense it all over town.
Home of the Jaguars.
Guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, maybe even your kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
For over 5 decades, a true American band. This is America. Encore Tour 2025, an unforgettable evening with America. April 23rd, Florida Theater. On sale now at floridatheater.com. America, live in concert. Produced by Outback Presents.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with my guys at ITP Partners. Those are Jacksonville folks taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience, that's the ITP Partners. Expertise, you betcha. Knowledge, yeah. They can steer us through some interesting times like what's going on right now, right? And that's Janice Cobb and Reed Wingate. That's Dan Abel and Scott Regner. That's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, and Reagan Wright. Those are the ITP Partners that I trust. You know why? Because they sit down with you. They listen to you. They formulate a strategy with you where your goals become their priority. And it's a great time to get in the game, guys. ITP Partners are always there to help. Chris at ITPPartners.com. Chris at ITPPartners.com or call them 312-9751. 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life.
XL covers every angle of the draft.
That is what I do.
Listen for draft previews brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Big Brothers Big Sisters. Roll through the offseason with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Jeff Breyer, president of Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring.
And I'm Zach Breyer. When my dad started in business in 1990, I wasn't even born yet.
That's true. And after 35 years and nearly 20,000 satisfied customers, we literally have a showroom in every neighborhood.
So whether you need more outdoor living living space with a glass or screen enclosure, or you're looking to transform your home with new flooring, we've got you covered.
Visit our websites, or better yet, do yourself a favor and stop by one of our showrooms on Phillips Highway to experience the lifetime difference and receive 20% off your purchase.
ET here, and it's time for the Taste of Golf at TPC Sawgrass, April 23rd. Join me for fine cuisine from chefs from the top golf clubs in our area. Craft cocktails, games, and unique auction items will be present. This is one of the most impactful charitable events in our area. Come network with a sophisticated audience who's passionate about golf and its values, while impacting the youth in our community. All proceeds benefit First Tee, North Florida. For tickets, go to tasteofgolf.com. Come on, somebody.
Hey, get ready for the best prices ever on all diamond stud earrings and all tennis bracelets at Beards Diamonds. Listen up, friends. We got a big one for you starting on Monday, April 21st through the 27th. Not 10, not 20, not 30, 40% off. Huge savings on all diamond stud earrings and all diamond tennis bracelets. It's Beard's most ambitious sale ever, and it's truly an amazing buying opportunity for you guys. It's locally owned Beards Diamonds. They always beat the big corporate store prices, but next week, man, we're going to try to take it to a whole new level. Again, starting Monday, all diamond stud earrings, all tennis bracelets on sale big time. At this event, you can get a 1-carat pair of studs or a 10-carat pair. All sizes are available, so whatever you want, they're there to help you save up to 40%. All diamond studs, all diamond tennis bracelets. But just for next week, 7 days only, April 21st through the 27th, and only at Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. Shop local. Shop Beards.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL, presented by Riddle Wellness. The Florida baseball team dominated Stetson by 10 runs last night to pick up 5 straight wins. Bobby Bozer led the way for the Gators after slugging 3 home runs as part of a 13-hit attack and became the first Gator to slam 3 homers in a game since Jack Caglione in 2023. Bozer also set a new career high in single-season RBI at 42 and extended his on-base streak to 19 straight games. Florida swept the Hatters on the season and scored 11 of their 14 runs with 2 outs, tying the team's season high with 5 homers in the process. The Gators will look to extend the streak Friday as they open a 3-game series against Mississippi State. Catch live coverage at 8 on 1010 a.m. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 58 degrees at 8 o'clock. Time and temperature are brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The plays on and off the field. Now get ready for the Lockett Law High School Report. Brought to you by Lockett Law. Know before you blow.
All right, we got the Lock and Law high school report. We're talking baseball because we got districts going on right now, and then next week they start this best of 3 playoff series.
Sure.
It's good stuff. A lot of good baseball teams. One of them is University Christian. Our old
A lot
friend,
of good baseball players.
Our old friend Calvin Orth, coach over there. Shout out to Coach Orth, good dude.
And as a lefty, by the way, you never will. Yeah. Catch. We're talking off
Yes.
air.
Elias Murdoch, is that how we say it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Murdoch.
Talk into the mic, Elias. He's a University Christian senior. He's off to, I still call it TCC. It's TSC. It's Tallahassee State College now.
Right.
Oh, word?
Yeah, they changed it.
It's just like FCCJ.
Yeah,
always
sure.
going to be
Yeah.
FCCJ.
FCCJ, honestly, has been like 8 things since I came
Yeah.
here.
We got a lot of
Moons
nicknames,
ago.
too. But I like the manners. I like the
I
manner
know you
race.
do.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Stars forever.
Yeah. Shout out to both Hicken boys.
Weren't they the blue something at one point?
Blue Wave.
There you
Blue
go.
wave, my boy.
That lasted,
That's
what, like 5 minutes?
Ah, that was there for a while.
What was it?
So this young man, Elias, has had a game.
I saw that.
Yeah, he
That
had a
dog went
game.
crazy.
Now tell me about that
Best game of your
Elias.
baseball life, even like Little League?
I don't know. I've had some pretty good games when I was 11.
Yeah, when I was 11.
It was unreal, that game.
Uh-huh.
You know, first at bat, home run, solo shot. Second at bat, I believe it was a 2-run shot.
Okay.
And, what are we, 8th inning now? We're down. I hit a grand slam. It's just a surreal moment.
I'd like to see the video of you running after you hit the grand slam. Did you know it when it left the bat?
100%.
Yeah.
You use a torpedo bat.
Did you throw the bat?
Sky high.
Sky high.
That's the thing now.
Yeah. Did you look towards your teammates as you ran down the first base line?
Actually, I think I looked at the pitcher.
Yeah,
that was
Adrenaline was running.
Will you ever face said pitcher again the rest of your life?
Yeah, I'd be ready to.
Yeah, but will you though?
Probably
not.
not.
He won't be
Yeah.
playing. So say maybe 1 ear hole's coming. So just head on a swivel.
I'll be ready. I'll be ready.
All right, so University Christian out of districts, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter. You always want to win the district, so disappointing loss. But you've qualified for the playoffs.
Right.
And do we know the first opponent?
I believe it's St. John's Country Day.
Okay, so that's a great showdown right off the rip, man. St. John's Country Day is perennial power. UC is now an outstanding program. You guys got to be looking for it. It's a best of 3, though.
Yes, sir.
Which is odd. Now, how do you guys approach that?
We know one of their top arms is hurt, so just go in there, win the first game, and then stay focused through all the games, but have some grit through facing Braden Harris.
Yeah,
good pitcher.
Now this will be a dumb question, but it comes from someone that hasn't watched UC play. I know. Are you the number 1 pitcher on your team?
I'd say so. Our number 1 guy last year, really well, but he got hurt this year.
So do you go game? I guess my question was: would you game 1 and try and get ahead, or do you say for game 2 in case the team's in trouble?
I'd say I'd be going game 2.
Okay, yeah, that's what what I would think.
Yeah. So they have a bunch of good arms.
Sure. Yeah,
right?
I figured. But
Now you're lefty.
Yes, sir.
What is your? Are you kind of you got velo or you junk ball it?
I'd say velo, sir.
Okay. All right.
Powered in there.
All right. Fastball.
Yes, sir.
All right. What do you throw up besides it? How's your curve, slider? What else you got?
I gotta throw a curveball, slider, and changeup.
Okay.
Changeup probably
You get that changeup
most
down,
effective.
man.
I got it good.
That's the one. That's the pitch.
Yeah. You get that changeup. You're gold.
You guys are lucky, man. I don't say you're lucky. Changeup wasn't taught when we played even.
Yeah.
Which is forever ago.
Well, one
but
thing
it wasn't
these
even even just changing speed is like the most important thing you can teach a 9-year-old.
You would kind of learn on your own.
You do.
When we were
but my change of speed came from breaking balls. And
They
that gets
have
figured out. At
These
some
guys
point, right?
these guys have coaches.
That's what I mean.
They'll go hit with
Just
somebody.
a simple
or
thing, and I don't
throw
care.
with somebody or yeah.
And even at that age, 8 or 9 or 10, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to hold it like a football,
No.
this nonsense. Just throw every once in a while, throw it a little slower.
Yeah.
Tell them that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But it's great.
I digress.
So you and St. John's, you guys have not played this year, though.
No, we haven't.
Okay. Was that on purpose because we thought we might be meeting in the playoffs?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's how we're
Had a pretty
scheduled the
pretty
games.
thick rivalry in your time there?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
We haven't beat them in a while.
Yeah. And you have a team this year that can do it? I mean, does this feel like a golden opportunity in your senior year?
It does.
Good.
You got to be careful what you say on the radio because we always have we have you kids come in and we're ready. We can't wait to play them, and then there'll be some dad on the text line. He'll say, we'll let you know how that one turns out. So,
whatever.
So tell me about going to you've committed to TSC. Tell me about that decision. You want to go as a 2-way?
Yeah, I am committed as a 2-way.
You and Travis Hunter.
Yeah, football. But I really like the head coach. I like the program. They got running, the connections to FSU after 2 years or however, because it's a 4-year school now, I believe.
Right. This kid has the best head of hair that we've had on the show.
It's a good head.
That's
good lettuce.
That's a good.
That's how the kids wear it
head
now.
of lettuce
Let it go.
today. Yeah.
Somehow
he's got
You're
this.
close,
he's got
though.
this Hollywood it looks messy, but it's really put together.
Yeah,
kind of deal going.
that's
You see
what it
I'm
is.
saying?
It looked messy.
You didn't know
but
what
it's
you're
put
in for
together.
coming in here, did you?
Elias,
Not really, no.
Elias, are you homeschooled?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
You go to UC?
Yes, sir.
You're right about the limit, though.
Oh,
I'm sure they must have some hair regulations over there.
They do. It's not as strict anymore, so I'm all good.
Okay.
All right, enough of the baseball. Tell us about the Murdoch family barbecue they're telling me about.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
What's that all about?
So, it started my great-grandfather started a barbecue business, and ever since then, it's been passed down over generation to generation.
Oh.
So we had like 5 restaurants. I think a couple of them closed, but I'd say it's good eating.
Is it here? Where are they?
There's one on Normandy Boulevard, one in Turner Road, and one in Callahan.
So no matter what happens,
you.
you've always got a good plate of barbecue for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
My dad.
Yeah, there
We're
we
going to
go.
test that out.
We do
Yeah,
post
we will.
game at Murdoch Family Barbecue or no?
Yeah, we can. Yeah,
Sure.
We do.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Pre-game.
Makes sense.
When are the games? Is it next week?
Next week.
Next
sometime.
week? Okay.
I don't know the exact date.
Yeah. So certainly, and did they go back and forth, or does the team with the best seed get to host?
I believe I think they're going to host every game at their field next.
When was the last time you played a game over there?
Is that the one where the dude plays the music behind
they stopped them.
They got a short porch and right, no?
They
Oh,
do.
it's a short
Well,
field.
everywhere.
Yeah, you got
Small field.
yeah.
That could be a slugfest, but they got good pitchers too, so you never know. You never know. But yeah, they it's an interesting place to play.
All right, so what do you do between when the high school season ends and going to TCC? Do you go and you report there and you join? Do you play summer ball somewhere? Do you continue in the, do you play showcases? What will the rest of your year look like baseball-wise?
Well, I haven't talked to my coaches yet. Usually they have if you're a pitcher, they limit your innings, or they just don't want you throwing it all. They want you to
just rest a little bit. That's
Yeah.
a unique
Good.
concept.
Good.
Yeah. When's the last time you rested? When you were about 6?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they'll throw you. They'll throw you every game.
So you don't know you will play summer ball, or you don't know yet?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I want to, though.
Yeah, you guys usually do play, but going into your senior or going into your college year, then you may not. So we'll see. Well, listen, man, congratulations! What a great year you guys have had.
Yeah.
But a lot at stake. Right off the rip.
Oh yeah.
This is what it's all. Because honestly, I don't know enough about your region and what class are you guys? 1A.
1A.
Yeah, I don't know about 1A, but really the winner of that series is going to be
one of the
in
favorites.
control.
Yeah.
One of the favorites to get to at least the Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun.
Then we'll get one of these private schools from West Palm or
Miami,
or
Now, Elias
St.
told me he's fast. So, how many steals you got this year?
I do not know actually.
Okay. Do you have a lot? Would you say a lot? A few?
It's a pretty good amount.
Did you get caught stealing?
No, never.
Not once?
My dog say never.
I like this. All right. Well, congratulations, Elias.
Yeah, finish it
That's
off.
awesome, man.
Finish it off. Go
Elias
ahead.
Murdoch
Enjoy the
from
rest of the
University
season.
Christian, coached by Calvin North, and good showdown with St.
And if you're
John's
hankering for
Country Day.
barbecue, apparently.
And the Murdoch Family Barbecue.
There
Shout
you
out to
go.
them as well.
Shout out.
That's the Lockett Law High School Report. Thanks to our friendly Lockett. Know before you blow. We're back with more right here on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
1. Franchi and Hicken on Mondays. 2. Denny Thompson and Hacker on Wednesdays.
Who's counting?
1010XL now has 2 original Gator podcasts each week.
One for you, one for me.
Search 1010XL Florida Gators wherever you find podcasts or visit 1010XL.com.
MOV-ING. Southside Kia is moving. Our moving sale is on right now. Help us clear new Kias out. Our current selection's got 200 plus Kias on the lot. Hurry to save big with us. New rides starting at just $20,000 bucks. Plus, bring your tax refund today. We'll double it up to $5K. MOV-ING. Get to Southside Kia this spring. Online at SouthsideKiaJacks.com. Get your next ride at Southside. For complete details, call 904-325-9208.
Yo, it's your boy E to the T here, and I know that getting into an accident is stressful, but getting the proper care doesn't have to be. That's why I recommend McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. Even if you're at fault, your insurance covers you. And remember, you have the right to choose your own doctor. Even a minor accident can cause whiplash for years if it goes untreated. So don't wait. Call the auto accident experts at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. Your recovery starts today.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beatrice here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Make the most of every lawn with Kubota commercial landscaping equipment. From the productivity-boosting Z700 mower to the reliable SVL track loader, it's a lineup built to get the job done right. Because when your reputation is on the line, you need equipment that will never let you down. Visit Coastal Equipment in Jacksonville or McClenny.
Power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
Coastal Equipment on New Kings Road and in McClenny.
She's very comfortable talking sports and hanging out with the boys.
Mia O'Brien here, still providing the best multimedia sports coverage in Northeast Florida on 1010XL radio, video, and social channels.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Tailgaters parking season passes are on sale now. Secure your Jaguar season parking today. Enjoy indoor restrooms, a full-service bar and grill, access 4 hours before kickoff. Visit tailgatorsparking.com and book your space today.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is Hayes Carline for Kingfish Pest Control. Mosquito season is upon us, but don't let them take over. The secret to a bite-free yard is starting today with Kingfish Pest Control. Their 3-step mosquito defense process stops them before they can spread. Eliminate breeding areas, build a protective barrier around your yard, and monthly treatments to keep them away all season long. The earlier you start, the fewer mosquitoes you'll have to fight. Don't let those suckers ruin your outdoor fun. Call Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
DUI? BUI? Don't stress. Call me Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here on the drill. It's a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. I had another speed trap shooting on Sunbeam. Careful over that way. It's just a weird story, man. I mean, part of this is a fair argument if you're sitting at a poker table or on an airplane or you're confined in some other way due to either competition or otherwise. I just don't think it's fair in this case. But nonetheless, I will offer it up as today's Shazam Spotlight. Brought to you by ShazamAuto.com, the Murray Ford Superstores. Truck guy here, man. And I was a little hesitant on making the move to a truck my whole life. And I mean, I grew up in an age where if you had a pickup truck because you lived on a farm. But man, I probably won't ever go back. You get used to the convenience of that thing, the versatility of it. So all the best in the Ford line and more with my friends at the Murray Ford Superstores and today's Shazam Spotlight. Listen, players have plenty of reason over the course of games to go to the referees and maybe try and get a little help on a call, complain. You're not supposed to go the Trey Young route and be a mockery of the sport as he was last night in Orlando, according to the NBA. But I mean, there's certainly an open phone line between players and referees during the courses of games. And if you're having something go wrong, you'll go and get in the ref's ear about, hey, take a look at this or do something about that. This is a new one, though. British tennis player Harriet Dart had kind of a different request of the chair umpire in her recent WTA event. During a crossover, as the two were changing sides during the second set, Dart jumped out of her seat, quickly made her way past the umpire's chair, irked by her opponent, Louis Bousson. Yeah.
Bousson.
Louis Bousson, I'm assuming, is French.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely French.
No, she.
She's definitely French.
Because Dart had this request of the chair umpire. Yeah, could you ask Piggy over here to put some deodorant on?
Oh, dear.
No, yeah. Irked by body odor during her lopsided loss, the two women were changing sides.
Wow.
Dart went to the umpire's chair and asked the official, can you tell her to wear deodorant while adding, she smells really bad?
Oh, dear.
Maybe that's just your tennis game there, sweetie. Harriet lost in straight sets. I will say this. You're not allowed during athletic competition to complain about someone having BO. That's not a spot. You can complain on a plane or at a poker table or in a confined spot where that's just rude. You got to put some deodorant on. But if you're playing sport, can you imagine if the defensive tackle approached the referee in the third quarter and say, hey, man, the center stinks. Can you make him put some deodorant on?
Oh, boy.
I mean, you're playing tennis, by the way. You're running around. It gets a bit gamey. Maybe Harriet should worry more about her.
Who won the match? The Stinky
one? The other
one?
Stinkmaster.
Stinky won it?
Yeah, the Stinkmaster.
Dog.
Sure.
The smelly girl won it?
You can't spell Poisson without B-O, man.
Oh,
That's
boy.
today's Shazam Spotlight. I have I'll keep it going here. I will continue to drive this morning's program.
Please.
I need a pop quiz music, please.
Oh,
E.T.
wonderful.
I'm just curious how engaged we were, or how total single-minded focus we were at an event that was less than 3 years away, almost just 3 years away. But this is a simple question, and for Dan and I, this should be a no-brainer, easy. I just need you to tell me, Dan, some of the particulars from an event, a celebration that you were at.
Okay.
Could you name for me the 8 members of the 2022 Hall of Fame class?
Tony
Maselli. We sat there.
Yeah.
We saw all 8 of them. Those doing their bidding.
I think Bryant Young was in there.
Bryant Young, boom. That's 2.
Yeah.
There's another one that's super easy. You haven't thought of. Super obvious. There's an obvious one here. A tie-in. I thought we would get stuck at some point. I didn't think it'd be 2 in.
I'll get some.
This is hard. I would be awful, by the way, if you gave me this pop quiz. And I like, though, because you've given me ones that you think are doable, and I just sit here and twist in the wind. I'm enjoying watching the twisting.
Leroy.
There's the obvious one. There's 3. Only 5 more.
Oh, jeez. Hold on.
I mean, a couple of these dudes I don't remember at all. But I do remember a couple of the others. One dude wasn't a player.
Was
his
Dick
daughter's
Vermeil?
Dick Vermeil was in there.
Dick Vermeil.
Another dude wasn't a player, and his daughter, I believe, came up and spoke for him. Art McNally.
Oh, yeah. He was too old to come, or he was really
sick. Yeah. All right, you want the other 2? The other 3? There's 2 on here. I think Sam Mills' wife spoke to him, right?
Yes.
That was very emotional. I remember that.
Nice.
Richard Seymour was in that class. I don't remember him being there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the last one, to me, the most forgettable of them all, I swear to goodness, other than a conversation I had in the Akron airport with a Raiders fan who said he goes to all of the Hall of Fame ceremonies that a Raider is inducted. So can I narrow it down? Can you tell me the Raider?
Oh, yeah. It was Cliff Branch.
Yeah.
Who also isn't with us anymore.
Hall of Fame, you live into immortality, or at least for a couple of years till they forget when you went in. All right, you want to come back with the we're over, aren't we? E? Is this the 10 break?
Yeah,
it's a 10 break. Let's come back with Murph and Doc. I'll let y'all talk baseball. Earmuffs for me. This is the drill. It's a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday.
You threw him one.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Yeah, the Duval Minute is back for pre- and post-draft analysis. And first things first, let's look at this. The Jags have the 5th overall pick. Okay, well, here's your charge, Jimmy Gladstone, LaDainian Tomlinson, Deion Sanders, Junior Seau. 5th picks in the draft previously. That's the type of player that we need here. That's the kind of player that's going to help us achieve the ultimate goal. Again, a LaDainian Tomlinson, a Deion, or a Junior Seau, you get somebody like that, and we're gold. And that's your pre-draft Duval Minutes, brought to our friends at Lift Power. Lift Power, always on the lookout for experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians. Benefits are great, 401k, company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. Lift Power always voted one of the best places to work because they're family-owned and operated, because they've been around for 50-plus years. Listen, go check them out. Just go to liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is the playmaker, Michael Irvin. I'm Ken Wisenhunt.
I'm Paul Spicer.
And you are listening to 1010XL. 1010XL.
Big 1010XL. 92.5 FM.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. There was a time when if you handed me a bread basket at a restaurant, you better watch your fingers. Pizza, pasta, bread. Carbs were absolutely my weakness. I'd be lying if I said they didn't have me hooked. Then Awaken 180 came into my life. I've been down every diet road there is, but this is different. It's not just another diet. It's a total reset of how you see food. You know that carb craving that we all accepted as normal? That's gone for me now. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy the good stuff, but here's the difference. I no longer feel like I need them. So when the server puts that bread basket on the table, I just smile, sit back, and say, nah, I'm good. That feeling of control is all thanks to Awaken 180. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hacker lost more than 110. Baloo is on his way, and you can lose whatever you want to lose. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180 has changed my life, and it will change yours too. Give them a call at 844-346-1800 or go to awaken180weightloss.com. Trust me, you'll thank yourself.
Hey, beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority booking over at Zero Res. Man, I love Zero Res. Used them countless times. In fact, our friend Stuart Moore just used Zero Res the other day. Said it was terrific, man. They make your house look better, feel better, smell better. It's great stuff, and it's a great time as we head into springtime to get your house Zero Resified. And this month, Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner will give you 25% off all the cleaning services. They can handle it all. Carpets, air ducts, upholstery, rugs, hard surfaces. Call Zero Res right now, 287-5727, or go online at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Just say you want the Hicken, the 1010, the XL special. They'll take great care of you. Zero Res, man. You spell it forward, you spell it backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Get ready for the best prices ever on all diamond stud earrings and all tennis bracelets at Beard's Diamonds. For 7 days, April 21st through 27th, you will get up to 40% off. Yes, 40%! Locally owned Beard's Diamonds always beats the big corporate store prices. But next week, they're taking value to a whole new level. All diamond stud earrings and all tennis bracelets are on sale. Big time. Best prices ever. You save up to 40%. Don't miss this first time ever buying opportunity. Next week only. And only at Beard's Diamonds, St. John's Town Center. Shop local, shop Beard's.
I'm just going to cut to the chase. What you really want to know is, why buy from Arlington Toyota? Mia here. How about over 800 vehicles, one lot, 60-day exchange, and friendly credit for everyone. Plus, right now, you choose a pre-owned 2022 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for $0 and only $388 per month. Or how about no payments till August 2025? Shop in person on Atlantic Boulevard, just a quarter-mile east of 295, or online anytime at arlingtontoyota.com.
Life is just so busy this time of year. Between work, the kids' games, family vacations, I need a yard hero to free up my weekends.
You mean somebody who does mowing and trimming?
Yeah.
How about mosquito control?
Yeah.
What about irrigation and pet waste removal?
You do that too? You're my lawn hero.
Find your lawn hero at heroeslawncare.com. Heroes Lawn Care, because every lawn needs a hero.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
He's not Pistol Pete, he's Pete Prisco.
Been on the wanted list almost 20 years.
CBS Sports senior NFL writer Pete Prisco joins The Franchi Show Friday afternoons on 1010XL. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Slacker plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205.
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Welcome to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets.
That ball's well hit to right. I mean, really well hit to right. That ball is gone. Daniel Murphy has struck again. Daniel Murphy has homered for the 5th straight postseason game.
Presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
Oh, yeah, it's the Murphy Power Hour brought to you by ITP Partners. We're talking ball here. I got after Jeff yesterday. I reverse mushed the Braves. It was a classic move.
I'll take that action.
You want that action?
Yeah,
no way they're 500?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Let's go.
Of course they'll be 500. What are you talking about?
You say they will be 500. Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
Obviously. You're already a game behind. I should have taken you. I'm not betting on my team to lose, but I know what's what.
You know what's what?
Yeah. I don't sit in denial like the rest of the division when they suck, acting like they're good, or when they're good, acting like they suck. I call
What
it
do you
like
make? Sometimes you lived it. Sometimes I get annoyed with New York, man. I get annoyed with my media brothers up there.
Mm-hmm.
They say, I really want to say bad words here. They say stuff just to say it, just to get a spark. I mean, now I say this while I'm sitting there with my 2 sons watching baseball. My older son is starting to get annoyed with Soto. Okay. And I'm like, we're 11-5. This is before yesterday. We're playing much better than we did last year at this time.
Yeah.
He makes a difference in that lineup. His presence makes a difference. Let it play out. He clearly is not a cold weather guy. Had a hoodie on last 2 nights.
We got to do something about that hoodie.
Yeah, we shouldn't wear a hoodie.
They got to set that up a little bit.
I mean, it's just,
it's not a great look, and he's cracking homers. I get it. It's obviously not effective. But we were watching the game. I was sitting next to Tori.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we got to do something about that hoodie.
They don't like when it's not caliente, man.
Yeah. It ain't Antarctica. Like we just in the Midwest.
It wasn't like it was 15 degrees.
No,
it was
we
like
went up
40.
there. It was snowing one year. I think in 13 we went. I always wore sleeves. Now, I wasn't somebody who was going to run out there
Right.
without sleeves.
Right.
But the hoodie seemed
a little much.
A little excessive.
But again, this whole, somebody asked some question. He said, yeah, it was fun hitting with Judge. You called them Ruth and Gehrig. That's what you told me they were.
Yeah.
So can we just let it play out a little bit? I think once we get going, he's going to be just fine. Now, obviously, the last 2 nights he's hit home runs, so he's already getting going.
Are there Mets fans upset with his production so far? Oh, dear. They haven't been paying attention.
No.
He still gets on base.
I know.
400.
Yes.
400 on base percentage.
Yes.
And if that's what it looks like now, then what happens when he catches a heater?
Yeah.
He's going to be getting on base and hitting home runs.
Yes.
So, which is what he's kind of starting to do.
I think the whole, but because I've heard it numerous times, $765 million. Relax, man. It's a difference maker. Let the kid play. I mean, gee whiz.
Well, you can already feel it with.
And it's your fan guys too. They fan the fire, and I want to punch Sal Licata and Tierney and some of those jackasses every now and then.
Well, that's part of the.
Listen, I'll be hard on the Mets. I know the Mets like anybody else. I watch more Mets baseball than maybe they do, but gee whiz, man.
Yeah, the Yankees Mets Soto kind of dynamic as it's in its infancy in a regular season. We're still trying to sort out, at least Mets fans, like how much can he talk about the Yankees? I don't think he was He was disrespecting Alonso. It sounds like he was asked a question. He's like, well, yes, I had like Babe Ruth behind me last year because that's what he was. But not a knock against Pete. And also, we want our athletes to express themselves and give us a peek behind the curtain.
Right.
And then it's like too far behind. You're supposed to love us and hate those old Highlanders.
What's the hardest a baseball can be hit? Do you know that answer? The hardest baseball ever hit? MPH?
Exit velo?
Yeah, which is a relatively new stat. But what is the hardest possible a baseball can exit a bat?
I feel like, what are we up to? Like 117, 118?
Well, we're past that. I want to know, does it go into the 20s? The highest last year was 118.
I got 123.9.
Aaron Judge hit at 118.
O'Neal Cruz hit one that hard?
John Carlos Stanton hit a 119.2 homer off Carlos Martinez in 2015. But yeah, I guess O'Neal Cruz.
It's like around 120, so it's hard to get there. I say that because 110 ain't 120, but 110 is still awful hard. Jack Caggs hit his third home run of 110 or higher exit velo last night.
Dang, that had to go a long way.
Yeah,
probably time to get him. When can you bring him up?
Well, so then you get into
the year,
like a money sort of discussion.
Yeah.
So he's already, if you stay in the minor leagues for it's about, call it 2 weeks, then the team, you don't get a full year of service time. All right. Then the next day, not to say that they will, is like the middle of the summer, and he won't get an extra trip to arbitration. So think of it, he would end up making $750,000 if he's hitting homers like this, as opposed to making, call it $4 million, like 3 or 4 years from now.
If you were running the Royals and you have a team that is going to be able to contend in a dog division, do you forget all those long-term things and get this kid in your lineup right now so you can win some games early in the year?
I think it plays a huge role.
It's kind of like the Chris Bryant. Is this the same thing that Chris Bryant and the Cubs went through, and everyone got mad at the Cubs? Like, hey, man, if you want to win, get your best players. Acuna and the Braves, this happened a little bit.
I think that when the margins are this small, and you think about it with the Arizona Diamondbacks last year, because I was talking to a good friend of mine, Nick Evans, who I play with the Mets.
Shout out, Nick.
Shout out, Nick. And he's with the Diamondbacks, and kind of their, what they were aiming at and what they were focused on in spring training was like the details, because they lost going to the postseason by only 1 game. So as you look at someone like Caggs, who's playing so well, the margins are small, and if he's swinging the bat well and you think you can help him and be worth maybe paying a little bit of extra money in the future.
If I remember, the best thing Brody Van Genius did, the one-time general manager of the New York Metropolitans, was let Pete start the year.
Pete started the year in the big leagues and got a full year of
which is like
Major League service.
It wasn't done that way.
Think of it this way. So if that wouldn't have been done that way, we wouldn't have been talking about Pete Alonso this offseason. He would be a free agent next offseason. That's the easiest way to describe it.
That's a good point. But that season, did he not? Was that the 53 home run season?
It came up and he cracked a ton of them as a rookie.
Yeah.
And then even, we'll go back real quick to the Chris Bryant situation. The final year that he was with the Cubs, if I'm not mistaken, no, they do it to him or Schwarber. One of them, they ended up non-tendering him. So they basically released the player with the extra year of control that they made sure to get.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel for Chris Bryant right now? I mean, just... he's out with the back degenerative disc. That can't be good. That sounds like David had stenosis, right? Didn't he
Yeah. Well, I've heard two things. One is it's not as bad as it sounds, but then at the same time, like you can say whatever you want when you loose this to the public, and anytime you use degenerative, I feel like you're getting us comfortable with we may not see you very much in the future going forward. Now, I could be wrong, and that's just the name of it. It's degenerative disc syndrome. But he hasn't been able to stay healthy, unfortunately. He hasn't been available, and then just to hear something like this, I was talking to Tori. I was like, I don't know how much we'll see him again. I hope we do.
Yeah.
But,
All right, gang, it's time to play. Where'd you come from? 3 weeks into the Major League Baseball season.
Oh,
A little
I like
current event quiz.
All right.
Where'd you come from, Tyler Soderstrom?
Tyler Soderstrom leads baseball in home runs. I don't even know who he plays for, but
A's.
I saw
The Oakland A's.
Oh, yeah, we just played him.
Yeah.
He's a first baseman.
Tyler Soderstrom.
the left-hander.
Yeah.
Is that,
Hit his 8th last night.
Yeah.
Huh? Where'd you come from, Wilmer Flores?
Yeah, I know Wilmer. Wilmer, don't you mess with Wilmer.
Wilmer leads Major League Baseball in RBIs.
Boys.
Major League Baseball. One more than Aaron Judge. Wilmer Flores has 21 RBIs. Where'd you come from, Jonathan Aranda? Who are you? Y'all played him yet? Can you tell me who he plays for?
Jonathan Aranda.
I've played him, so I know. That narrows it down for you. He's a Ray.
Okay.
He's the only 400 hitter in baseball. We've down to one this quick, but he's the only 400 hitter hitting .413.
1 year that lasted almost May.
How about this one? This one hurts. This isn't where'd you come from. It's I know where you came from, Max Fried. Yeah, in case you're tracking the Braves fans, the idiocy that runs our organization, they think it's like monopoly money, I guess. You draft every year. You don't pay anyone and keep them, but Fried and Freeman continued to terrorize Major League Baseball while we fart in a bag.
Are you farting in a bag?
That's what we do.
Okay.
Fried's 3-0 with a 1-8 after another win last
Daniel,
night.
these have to be.
Dang, he says. I feel you, Jeff.
He's 3-0?
3-0 with a 1-8.
Daniel, these have to
28 strikeouts.
Financial only decisions.
For
We're cheap. Now it's official. We're a cheap franchise. We are. We're cheap. You got to keep your guys.
I don't think the GM. I think their GM is good.
Yeah, we're cheap.
I think he's got handcuffs
That's right.
on. I think they cuffed him with Freddie.
We're going to be the Rays
I think
soon.
they cuffed him with Fried.
They cuffed him with Dansby. They cuffed him with everyone.
And I think those are
they're idiots. We're run by a bunch of bean counters that don't know anything about baseball and competition.
I think we've known that for
the
a while.
heart of a roster.
He
you
was
cut out
able
your
to work
heart.
around that.
he would do extensions.
Yes.
So we found out all the players who didn't sign early career extensions, or did Freddie sign one and he didn't sign a second one? But
Well, his
didn't get
wasn't
an early
as long
one.
as that.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't a long
He was a
one.
normal 5-year, $100,000 trillion.
So I think that's what ends up being is the big second generation contract on free agency. Like if their
And then
guys
they
have
gone.
gotten to free agency, they haven't.
I pointed this out. I did it with frustration, okay? But you could logically and rationally say this to someone. And I said it from the form of you Braves take credit, and none of y'all are worth any credit you're taking. But in all seriousness, 2021 doesn't seem like a long time ago. The heart, soul, and just about every ounce of production from that World Series team is gone. Freeman's gone. Swanson's gone. Darno's gone. Rosario's gone. Soler's gone. Peterson's gone. All three of those bullpen guys who made magic, all gone. Fried's gone. Morton's gone. I mean, there's 10, 11, 12. Darno even is important. None of those guys are there. We're left with a bunch of just gutless, robotic, generic baseball players. We got no heart. We got no emotion. We go out west and open against two great teams, completely unready to play. It's disgusting. Anyway,
not having Acuna is a big deal. You would hope that a combination of Riley and Olsen would be something similar to what Soto does in the middle of the lineup when things go like this. Well, like there's just like having Juan there, he's just on base all the time, and then it allows Pete to get good pitches to hit. And so when you can't stack up Acuna, that hasn't helped, like the injuries.
No, for sure. And Strider pitches today, by the way. Strider is back. Could have had one more win if they'd have followed my path and let him pitch last Thursday night, but that's
then
just
you
me.
and then you look to which Murphy is playing awesome to start the year. I've heard you sing his praises as well. You should.
I mean, again, understand in Atlanta, awesome is 250 with 3 homers.
He sings his praises now.
Well, he's got four homers now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He got 4 homers.
I think it's 3.
But maybe it hurts.
Oh, he hit one last night?
Yeah.
I missed the late one. I gave up on him 6-2.
You hit 3 solo home runs last night.
Yeah, no, I saw the first two. The third one I didn't catch.
Like I feel like the ones that put you behind schedule are Kellenic and like Contreras.
Kellenic is terrible.
Like those types of when you take those shots, or not with the Kellenic one. It's been.
When do you cash out the chips on a kid like that?
As soon as Acuna is healthy.
Does he
is
get
your answer.
like? Let me ask you: when you watch him and his plate, I don't know how many at bats you've seen, but plate approach, the swing. When do you say he's not a big leaguer?
They already know that
because we know he was drafted.
Yeah,
very
first
high.
round.
Like sixth, wasn't
he?
he?
Went stiff. Yeah, with the Mets.
Yeah. So I'm just
like
you
how
get a little,
long?
Yeah, you get a little more leeway, but he's never. He's had a lot of opportunity, man.
Strikeouts scare the crap out of me.
He is a walking out, guys. He is just a walking out. The bat looks slow.
He's hitting 150, right?
It's just, and he hit that last year. He's just, I mean, God bless him. He's terrible. He'll never be any good anywhere.
Yeah.
He'll never hit 200 anywhere the rest of his life unless he goes and plays softball somewhere in Peoria.
I mean, he's played 21, 22, 23, 24, and now 25.
Yeah.
He's gotten 1,300 plate appearances.
And the problem is the one thing that has kept him
211 batting average.
The one thing that has kept him around was because he's still a young player. Not now. I don't care how young you are. 5 years of failure is enough to tell me you're not going to succeed.
On base percentage last
terrible.
year was 286.
Yeah, we were so bad last year. That dude, those numbers, that guy hit leadoff for us 40 times last year. Oh,
yeah. It's interesting. Like.
We're just in a funk right now.
He's only 25, though. So what do you?
Yeah, so he is still relatively young, but not young as far as plate appearances. Like that's like
he's
2.5 seasons worth of plate appearances. And that I would say that you start wondering big league when you start really looking like, okay, if he's not playing every day, does he have a place on this team? Like, can he pinch hit? Can he play like maybe center field in a spot, or is he a defender? And as you start looking into those. He's probably not the best pinch hitter, even though he's left-handed, if he's swinging and missing. Like, you would like somebody to be accurate in those situations.
The Braves don't have a lot, though. It's not like they got lefties galore waiting to step in and take his spot. I mean, it is what it is.
That was some fortune, honestly, I had with the Mets. Like, you know, playing well, not playing well. There wasn't a whole lot of other options. So you go out there and kind of sort it, and hopefully you can figure it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Mets, how does this work, Daniel, in the front office? So Griffin Canning, and we found out it's not Michael Jordan. He can't perform when he's not feeling well, so he's going to miss his turn today. And so the Mets have to go down to the bushes, find a guy. So they just find like the guy, and because I looked him up, I was curious. I hadn't heard of him. I'm like, well, we got Sproat, we got Tidwell, we got.
Whose turn in the rotation is it?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But the guy's got like a 7 ERA at Syracuse.
Well, it's his turn. You want to run one of your ringers in the minor leagues on a short rest?
No.
Well, you want to do an
maybe
opener?
He's got long rest. Well, I think they might end up doing an opener and then bringing him in and maybe long relief.
So that's some of this. Honestly, getting in the big leagues is good fortune.
Yeah,
like it's just it's your turn in the rotation. You know, Cannon gets the sniffles and he can't go, and then. Well, I don't know what he's got. He's going to end up being like really sick now. If he look bad.
I know.
But that's kind of that's some of it. It's just good fortune.
Yeah.
You know, if he goes up there and I don't know who it is, but if the guy in AAA comes up and throws the ball well, like
we really. I mean, I'm not holding funerals and getting like having bits. We really are under. The Braves are not near good enough to win anything. I mean, serious. I'm not being poor mouthing. I'm not taking too much of the bullpen is a disaster. It's a disaster. It's terrible. We're down. Lopez is going to pitch all year on a staff that already, if you send Elder or Smith-Shawver or any of those jackets. Yes.
Yeah.
And so, the lineup will get back, and it'll have its moments. This is like an 81 team. It's going to be like a 500 baseball team. And then we're going to have to decide in the offseason, if I'm AA, I leave. I'm not working for you clowns anymore.
Well,
got to spend some money.
You got to spend money,
you know,
especially in that division.
And the Braves have earned the fan base, and the team has earned the legacy to spend some money to be the Red Sox and Dodgers and Mets. And it's no reason for us to be the Rays.
Right,
it's weak anyway.
This is the Murphy Power Hour. We got more with Daniel coming up.
It's therapy.
Disgruntled Jeff. Next on the drill.
That goes to whoever that's closest to the actual retail price without going over. John, we're going to start with you. Go ahead.
10-10, Drew. The price is 1010 XL, and it's always right.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings and priority booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. This month, get Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner. You'll get 25% off all cleaning services. That's right, 25% off. Check out 8,000 raving customer reviews if you don't believe me online. Call them, 904-287-5727, or visit their website, ZeroResJacksonville.com. Zero Res, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean. Zero Res.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Get to know positions and players. The 1010XL Ultimate Draft Guide is brought to you by Blue Haven Pools, the #1 pool builder in Jacksonville. Follow rankings and roundtables as the draft takes shape. Go to 1010XL.com/2025 draft guide to get yours.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Interest rates have plummeted. It's time to call Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here, and if you're looking to get cash out of your home equity, refinance out of a high rate, or do a home improvement project, Loan Pronto can make it happen in a matter of just days. Take advantage of this opportunity and get tens or even hundreds of thousands out of your home equity. Pay off all your credit cards. Pay off your car loan. The average homeowner cuts their monthly bills by $1,000. Get more info at loanpronto.com. Inflation and higher costs have put a lot of people in a stressful financial situation. But if you own a home, there's a way out. Loan Pronto has multiple options that can help you get the financial freedom you deserve. Most homeowners get their cash in less than 2 weeks, and most don't even need an appraisal. Do the smart thing. Stop paying insane rates on those credit cards. Wipe them all out. Get a lower mortgage rate. Get some money for that home improvement project. Do it all by going to loanpronto.com or call 904-999-1508. That's loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Yo, what's happening, folks? It's your main man, E.T. here. Now, if you've been injured in an accident, visit my buddy Dr. McGowan at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center. You got 14 days to see a doctor and protect your insurance benefits, even if you're at fault. And no matter what you hear, you have the right to choose your own doctor. And I recommend the team at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation. They're auto experts and will guide you through every step of the way to ensure the care that you need. Your recovery starts today with McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Gang, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney, Matty is, but we both want to know, have you done your last will? Man, Dan, I don't know why you bring that up. That's depressing. No, it's not. Something you got to take care of, something you want to do because you work hard for your money. You want to get the money to the people that you choose
Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well, right? You want to have as much money as you can for your loved ones. Matt Hinson will listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He'll provide you info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real easy to get a hold of Maddie. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When mosquitoes show up, they are a buzzkill. You want them out of your yard, and fast. At Terminix, they know that mosquitoes bite, but not for long. They'll provide regular treatments to protect you and your family all season long. Go ahead and schedule that picnic, because when mosquitoes show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a mosquito problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey man, what's that noise?
Do you hear it too? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, it's your air conditioner. It's like a grinding or a rattling.
And it's getting on your nerves, right? Like it's eating at your brain and you can't think straight, but it just keeps grinding and squeaking and taunting and nagging. You're not good enough. You're a failure. Why can't you be more like your sister, the lawyer?
Yeah, I don't hear that last part so much.
Yeah, but it's not cool, right, Jason?
It could definitely be cooler. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we can totally repair whatever that noise is and get your AC working smoothly and silently. We fix these things all the time.
So I won't be a failure?
Life should be enjoyed. If some irritating, broken air conditioner is making you crazy, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, folks. E.T. here for Twin Peaks, which happens to be the best in the game, by the way. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barreled aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days than it's bolder fight nights, too. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more. And tell them E.T. sent you.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL, presented by First Coast YMCA. As the NFL draft kicks off next week, here's Jags GM James Gladstone on the most important thing to look for in a player.
Physical and mental toughness, like that's a part of Intangibly Rich, and it's a big part of it. So those two elements will be top of mind. I mean, when you look at our draft day call sheet, the items that we're bucketing in that Intangibly Rich category are the largest, brightest number and color on our call sheet. And it's because that's where we start. At every point of player acquisition, that's where we start. Doesn't mean that it'll be exactly the order that we select in or pick or choose from, but it will be where we begin every decision.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 63 degrees at 9 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. You're listening to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour, presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
I thought it was interesting yesterday. I will say this about the newer age of the younger GMs and coaches, and they realize that in today's day and age of social media and reaction and otherwise, that don't pretend like something is not as important or will be as meaningful as it is. And the bottom line is you are very, very, very much going to be held to your first pick, who you're married to. It begins and ends GM's careers. Again, he was asked about it yesterday and at least acknowledged that. And so I got a little, let's put it into perspective. I'm going to ask you to rank these players. Okay?
All right.
1 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Baselli.
Okay.
Byron Leftwich.
Okay.
Eugene Monroe.
Okay.
Luke Jokel.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence.
Okay. Tony's one.
Yep.
That's correct. And by the way, that was Tom's first pick, and it was by a mile the most successful mini era for the franchise.
Let's say Trevor's
16 next for me. Yep.
And Trevor, despite only having a couple of 9 and 8s, probably has the second best quarterback record here in Jacksonville.
Then I got Byron, Jokel, and Monroe are the three.
Yeah.
Jokel is last.
Yeah. And Dave Caldwell and that era suffered for it.
I'd say Jokel's probably last.
It's probably go Byron.
I might go
Monroe.
I might go Monroe.
Second or next to last?
Third.
Yeah. I think I would go third.
And then Byron.
Monroe sums up what Gene Smith did there. They were just a 500 team with Jack, and
that was Gene's pick.
That was Gene's first pick.
I mean, you can argue
of
Monroe
course.
3 left.
Well, there's a lot out. The bottom line here, there's only one guy who picked a guy, well, and maybe two. We'll see that mattered.
Yeah.
That is his legacy. In other words,
he better matter.
The other
16 better matter.
The other three, as standalone with their opportunity, weren't good GMs. Shaq Harris wasn't a good GM. Gene Smith wasn't a good GM. Dave Caldwell wasn't a good GM. And they have saddled with their first picks, high picks, three at best average players.
It's interesting. Cohen said something. So your point being
that this fifth pick is important. It's going to say a lot about what this guy can do. And if he brings us Luke Jokel, I don't care where. Listen, if Dave Caldwell were any good, he'd take Lane Johnson. He went fourth. It's not a stretch.
I get it.
Needed a tackle.
Guys miss though.
I get it.
Don't want to miss on the first.
Yeah,
one.
you can't, and you can't miss with a 2 pick. You just can't miss with a 2 pick.
You can't miss with a 5 pick if you got Deion Jr. Seau and LaDainian
Fair.
Tomlinson.
Now it depends on who is in the draft, but this is a draft where there is. I promise you, someone after 5 is going to go to the freaking Hall of Fame in this draft.
Okay.
At some position, whether it's the tight end or
you know what I took from the presser yesterday? Concern
about
receivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he might be. I hope he's a hell of a coach because he seems like we got we're okay with Parker Washington and De'Ami Brown. And
here's what I
Strange.
think. I think they're trying to lay in the weeds when it comes to the receivers they're interested in.
I hope so.
You got to be out of your mind as a football organization to stand pat on this receiving group. Out of your mind.
Yeah.
They have 1,000%. They don't need a receiver in the draft. They need a receiver who's going to catch 50, 60 balls and be the second receiver. We don't have a second receiver on the roster. He's not here.
I tend to agree.
And Parker Washington, Gabe Davis, De'Ami Brown. Give me a break, man.
He didn't even mention Gabe Davis.
That falls out, by the way. That falls outside of reading the room and not saying what people can just determine is lunacy.
The skipper was talking about wide receivers, some guys they like later on. And so I was wondering, he said later. So I was wondering, well, guys, obviously multiple and plural, but like where later on, like late day 2, day 3.
Right. But I could get excited about
Duval.
There's the skipper. Battle cry.
I could get excited about Igbuku, Luther Burden, those second round guy, 36. I could get real excited about one of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Luther Burden is
Yeah.
Imagine if Brian Thomas Jr., again, at some point, and I'm not saying you got to give great quarterbacks Hall of Fame rosters, but man, let's go back to number one quarter. Who's had less at the receiver position? Number one quarterbacks 5 years into their career. Who's had less than what Trevor's had here?
No more excuses.
Can you imagine if Brian Thomas Jr. gets hurt? And I know whose fault it'll be at the end of the year if they're 7-10. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I'm a big boy. I know it'll be Trevor's fault.
Yeah.
But my God, let's line up these receivers that we've been throwing to here since Jimmy left. It's not just Trevor. Let's argue they killed everyone else. Mike Sims Walker, Cecil Shorts, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones. Christian Kirk is the best, most prolific, and he is a B receiver.
Yeah.
A middle of the road second receiver. Ace here. I mean, it's dereliction of duties what they've done. Now, again, all changed with the Brian Thomas Jr. Imagine a world where Brian Thomas Jr. gets hurt. Now what are you doing?
What if I told you that in the history of the Jaguars, 30 years, we're kicking off the next 30 years, too, Thursday, by the way. Here's hoping it goes better than the first 3 decades. But anyway, what if I told you Jimmy and Keenan are obviously the top 2 receivers in this franchise?
Yeah.
And then in receptions, the next true receiver all-time receptions ranks 8th. In other words, I'm throwing running backs, and tight ends.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Again, and so, and I know I'm not. I understand this because I know I can fall into the Trevor camp more than maybe some others do. This isn't about fluffing Trevor.
Right.
This is about somebody screaming from the rafters how pitifully run this organization has been at the receiver position. The worst in the league since we joined.
Yeah.
They haven't added an impact player at the position since Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
I'm Brian Thomas Jr. notwithstanding.
Yes.
Don't sell me Allen Robinson, Justin Blackman. What's wrong with y'all?
How many did Brian Thomas Jr. have last year?
80, I think. 82. Robinson had numbers here.
It should literally, in year 4, Brian Thomas Jr. should become the 3rd leading receiver in Jaguars.
Yeah.
So
it shows, again.
Because you have Mercedes Lewis, Mojo, Freddie, Kyle Brady, Evan Ingram, then you finally get Allen Robinson.
Well, and there's a part of you that wants to.
Ooh, that's not good.
Think it's okay. I mean, listen, there's a reason why we're always terrible. That's a receiver position, and then we'll remind you, offensive line haven't drafted a Pro Bowler since Tony Baselli 30 years ago. Not one.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That seems incomprehensible. Doesn't seem like it's possible in 30 years of drafts to draft one Pro Bowl offensive. Pro Bowl, mind you. Not
All-Pro
or Hall of Fame.
All-Star game.
You can't even draft a Pro Bowl lineman?
Brian Thomas Jr. is tied for 35th all time with Chris Conley with 87 catches.
Chris Conley, another one.
That
was I know Chris Conley. One day I remember one year he was De'Ami Brown.
If he has
some guy you go get, just suddenly he's going to be a star.
This is who he will pass with his first catch. Denny Northcutt, James Robinson, Justin Blackman, George Reister, Willie Jack, James O'Shaughnessy, Zay Jones, James Stewart, Marvin Jones. If Brian Thomas Jr. catches 87 balls again, right? That would be, 160, 174. He would be tied with Marquise Lee for 13th all-time after 2 years.
I have a couple of people on the text line, and I'm going to use this argument and never address the situation again.
Oh, no.
If Allen Robinson and DJ Chark were worth a flip, their careers wouldn't have ended when they left here.
Yeah.
Both players' careers ended. They can't hook up with teams. They can't stay on teams. They catch 10 balls. They're terrible.
Okay.
Did Allen Robinson not go and grab a couple catches after us?
Now, he went to Chicago, and he probably pushed 100 one year and hurt his knee, and then maybe he would have been good. But the fact is, he played here 4 years, and he was gone. So, what is it? What impact
was that the year him and Marquise Lee? Did we draft them? Were they?
And he also, and by the way, Robinson also was the king of garbage time. Now, that's not his fault, but they were always behind and throwing. So, I think his numbers were a bit inflated as to his.
He caught, for the record, he had 2 good years in Chicago, 98 and 102.
Okay, yeah.
And again, you're catching
those are good.
You're catching that from Bears quarterbacks.
Yeah, just like you caught it from Jags quarterbacks here.
And I will say this now.
And it's not easy to be. That's better, but I still will manage that with. Then why wasn't he here doing it?
We played them here, the Bears, late in the season, and I think A-Rob caught, honest to God, 15 slants in a row. He was being covered. What was the corner's name who had that English name, that London-sounding name that we picked up late in the year one year?
Nigel.
That guy.
Yeah. Was it Nigel Hayes? No, that's a basketball player.
No. We had this one dude who I thought was from London that we picked up, and he showed up like when we were in London, and I don't know, and he couldn't cover A-Rob, and they just kept throwing him an 8-yard slant, 8-yard slant, 8-yard slant, 8-yard. It was unbelievable. I'll never forget it. I swear he caught at least 10 balls.
Nigel Bradham?
Nope, that's FSU guy.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up. But
it may not be Nigel. It's something like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's Nigel.
No,
I always said he was from
I
England,
don't remember who you were.
But
yeah.
Anyway, that was, But A-Rob did have 2 years. He has 565 catches in his career. But
Daniel, how long will you coach youth sports?
Probably till my kids stop playing.
So at what age do you plan on go visit the neighborhoods with a bag of cash and throwing out some NILs to make sure you throw
stuff?
together?
Getting to get some.
Start with. I would suggest this. Start with every game you play. Find the best player on the other team. As soon as the game ends, just go hand him $10,000 to come play on your team.
There you go.
You can float it. You're a big Major League Baseball star.
10,000 seems a little bit of a
Seems a little
lofty
pricey.
Initial offer.
Doesn't this sound weird? And by the way, when you do pluck him, find the best player on your biggest competition, and right before he's set to pitch against you, offer him the money and get him off the mound. What I'm describing is college football today.
Oh.
I'm describing college football today. What this Tennessee quarterback has pulled off, I'm going to be interested in seeing how it plays out.
So what is the word that they wanted? He wanted to run a holdout on the playoff.
That's
game
right.
last
And try to
year?
get his teammate behind him. They
So he
tried to
ran
get his
a
teammates
coup.
behind him.
They
tried to do a coup because he's been so impactful at Tennessee, and all the players that have played there, none have represented the university more proudly or productively than Nico I'm leaving.
They're going to be looking to
Who, by the way, was a disappointment a year ago. They leave that out of the discussion too, Hick.
Yeah,
During this whole thing, they leave the part. They leave out this little sentence structure with a couple of commas around it. I'm Oliva, who was a major disappointment last year.
Yeah.
Blank, 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 blank.
Yeah.
They leave that part out. So, and you're telling me that the college football is trying to blackball him and squeeze him like we so hope they will?
So, Daniel, if you completed, I don't know, whatever year 3 of your major league career, and let's say the first 2 years you did fine, but or year 3, or let's just say it's your first year, and you go and you hit 215 with six home runs and 27 RBI and 300 plus plate appearances. Do you go ask for a 60% raise?
Don't fire me, please. Give me another chance. I promise I'm better.
That's the only thing. Life just doesn't work that way in any business. I mean, what kind of lesson are we do you want to teach?
And then,
what you just playing the supply demand game? I mean, what are you saying?
Then even I would say another step is that you signed your 1-year deal, and the year is not over.
Yeah,
like this idea that you're going to hold out for the exact game and time of season that we've all been working towards this entire year.
Well, you know what they came back with? Well, I signed for 12, 13 games. Now we're in the playoffs. Y'all are making more money. We should too.
I'd tell you.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Rocks. I'd rather.
You know what they should? I will tell you this. There's a quick fix to this one, though. It's time for the NCAA, who somehow isn't paying anybody anything still. The schools are. The NILs are. But the whole NCAA, maybe it's time to give playoff bonuses to these kids just like the other pro sports leagues do.
You do playoffs.
You make the playoffs, you get $20,000 a piece or whatever it is. I mean, they're printing money in these TV deals.
Here's the thing that I don't understand. They work out contracts.
Yes.
And by the way, Nico and college football players, if we're paying you, you can't opt out of the bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
That's another rule.
Yeah.
No, you can't opt out.
Well, they do.
All these guys opt out again. You can't opt out.
But these are all going to be negotiated. Well, but I mean, negotiated in the sense that like the schools are going to start saying like, you need to play the bowl game.
And then the other thing, there's so many offshoots to this story, but here's one that annoyed the heck out of me. Yes, we take hearsay as gospel in our industry.
Well, because
you got to use alleged or what,
especially with the Twitter.
So Ryan Clark, who's very, very well respected by many, and Fred's guy with the pivot, and that's cool. And he's on ESPN, and and Cristobal came out and said something negative about Nico. I don't know the exact quote, and he's like,
I thought that was rich considering they did it. They got Beck.
Well, hang on though. First off, Beck and Nico, there's no comparison.
That's fair.
Beck is
for sure.
Beck won a freaking SEC.
Yeah.
What is Nico?
Well, and he didn't hold his school hostage. He just left.
Second, though, Ryan Clark comes out and goes, well, that's rich. Cristobal gave him $4 million. Where is it? You got to show me. He didn't get $4 million.
I don't know. I have no idea about
nobody does. So, but we hear $4 million, and then we assume it's $4 million.
I think there is a little. It's not enough to make a big deal. I think there's a little hypocrisy in what Cristobal said. He almost said it like we're above him. Like they're
sure.
When they were the preeminent spender for a quarterback the last 2 years. Cam Ward and him. So to suddenly look down your nose that we're not going to play this game while you go
went and spent it.
But they did it the right way.
Yeah. They went and spent it on kids who have performed.
It was correct. You got the right free agent with Cam, so you don't have to play.
That's true, and I get it. I'm not saying I don't think Cristobal did anything wrong. I wasn't aware of what Ryan. No. But I see how he got there. But I think he probably just overstepped a little bit. I do. If you are in the business of buying $4 million quarterbacks, I don't need your opinion on quarterback movement. I guess that'd be my point.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, and by the way, we don't play that game. Well, we wouldn't know, Mario, because you don't make the playoffs, buddy. You don't have a player coming to you, a quarterback, saying, I'm not playing if I don't get more money. I'm not playing this playoff game because you can't make an ACC game. So there's that.
Dane Brugler has a 7-round mock draft. We'll come back and talk about who he has the Jags picking and more. It's a Murphy Power Hour right here on the Drill, brought to you by our friends at ITP Partners.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. 3 ladies.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
3 opinions.
No, you know what? Actually, it's a good thing. I'm used to women I can figure out in 5 seconds.
3 times the fun. Exactly. Helmets and heels.
Noon to 2 on 1010XL.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Visit sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
Hicken here with lots more on George Moore Chevrolet. Hey, Justin Moore, what are you doing in our commercial?
Dan, this Moore just wanted to remind folks of vehicles less than $20,000 on our lot. Or you can always go more with our Silverado EV.
I have my boy Blue, that beautiful Gator Blue Silverado. Love, love, love it. And that service department, second to none. Let's just say it means more to Gabe and the boys who take great care of us.
Not to mention, we do more for the community. We love Jacksonville. Been around these parts since 1986.
George Moore Chevrolet. Need I say more?
Poker players, the Run Good Poker Series is coming to Best Bet Jacksonville from April 24th to May 4th with 10 poker events, including the $1,200 main event, hosting a $300,000 guaranteed prize pool, and event number 1, a $400 no-limit hold'em tourney with a $200,000 guarantee. The action is non-stop. One in, win your seat through satellite starting April 4th at Best Bet Jacksonville. For all the Run Good Series structures and details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
My son had a meniscus surgery a couple years ago. When it's smooth as silk, Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. Was playing tennis in 2 weeks. This is Patrick Malarkey, and I highly recommend
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. I've had the PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, and my knees are really doing well. Platelet-rich plasma treatment may be the answer for whatever is hurting you.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you spend a lot of time talking about diamonds, but what about some of the colored stones we see?
Frank, when you talk about colored stones, there are literally hundreds of varieties and species in the gem kingdom. As certified gemologists, we're trained gemologically on the identification of each of these and can separate the man-made synthetics and imitations from the real thing. But at Underwoods, we can go to the next step. At Underwoods, we're active buyers of loose-colored stones in the world markets, so we have an understanding of the values of colored stones as they relate back to the various qualities. In fact, just like diamonds, we buy most of our colored stones loose, then create the pieces of jewelry to hold the gems. You can be assured not only of the authenticity and quality of our colored stone jewelry, but also of the value. So if you're in the market for a fine quality emerald, sapphire, ruby, aquamarine, amethyst, citrine, tourmaline, peridot, or any other gemstone, come by and see us at Underwoods.
Hey gang, Prosser here for Lloyd's Heating and Air. Man, we get all 4 seasons in a day sometimes here in Florida. You got to have that heating and air working perfectly in any season. Well, Lloyd's Heating and Air, a leader for commercial, retail, multifamily, hospitality projects. Maybe it's the top-tier residential service you need, but there's no gimmicks, no mascots, just real expertise and hard work. As your trusted statewide mechanical partner and local family-owned team, Lloyd's is the only name Northeast Florida counts on. Visit Lloyd's Heating and Air. Lloyd's Heating and Air, keeping you comfortable in every season.
It's fun to predict because it's usually unpredictable. 1010XL's draft coverage is brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors and First Coast Recyclers. Roll through the offseason with AA Automotive.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Hello, I'm attorney Malcolm Anthony. Being charged with domestic violence could turn your life upside down. If you're in trouble, call me Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. You're listening to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour, presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
All right, we got Murph in the house touching on a bunch of topics here. We're bouncing around. We got the draft coming. Dane Brugler has the Jags taking Ashton Genty.
We see a little of that.
Yeah.
I don't see that at all. They're going,
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Sorry.
Okay.
I don't.
That's fine.
Oh, emphatic.
Yeah. He's not interested.
That's nothing against Ashton and watching him because he is fun. It's more of watching the Jaguars try to tackle.
At some point, you've got to look at your roster and upgrade what needs to be upgraded more than other areas. We got a lot of trouble spots. Running back, though, if we were ranking them 1 to 8, would show up somewhere in the middle. It wouldn't be near the top.
Yeah.
I don't mind our running back room with some additions in the draft.
Well, if it's healthy, I don't know. It's been really bad. ETN. I'll give you another one, too. We talked about Balky's 2021 class and how that thing's falling apart in front of our eyes. The 2021 class that we loved, right? Suddenly, ETN is just a guy, maybe not even a starter.
Yeah.
Campbell went from looking like he was going to be a Pro Bowl level player to just a guy.
Yeah.
Cisco stinks. Fortner lost his job. Like, we gave a lot of steam to that's a good class, 2021.
You can also talk about the first pick overall, too. He's
but not to the level of those.
No, but I'm saying it's he ain't what we
from where
thought
they
he
were
was
2 years ago.
Yeah. If we, give me the 9 and 8 Trevor, and I'll be happy with that again. But yeah, that's a good point. Tyson Campbell got a big contract.
The whole class is falling apart. And I just got to answer, you Georgia fans are a piece of work, man.
Oh, they've turned on Carson.
God bless y'all, man. But like Carson Beck performance, you mean bad performance? Y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
Carson Beck went 24-4 at Georgia with 54 touchdowns and 18 picks.
Don't make us do
Stop it.
Georgia fan. Don't make us do the Georgia version of all calls.
Yeah.
Because we'll do it.
Yeah, you guys. We'll do it through tobacco. It'll just be through tobacco juice and skull cans. But y'all are dumb.
Don't make me go to Macon.
Yeah, if you're going to talk about, and I get it, it's time to move on. Kirby thought so. Maybe it wasn't a great match. Maybe you don't like Carson Beck for a lot of reasons. But to sit and categorize Carson Beck as a bad quarterback, you're screaming to the world, we're stupid about football.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
I know you love your new quarterback because he's more a Georgia guy. But I watched him against Notre Dame.
To say that Carson Beck wasn't good at Georgia is ludicrous.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous.
Well, that's, they're...
Let's
go, Bulldog, go! Moultrie! Bubba, you on there? Go! Don't make us do it. Don't make us do it.
Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking
We won't do it. We won't do it. You like that, E?
Boy, it's crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to the Jaguars. So you said no to Genty. Who do you want?
I still like Mason Graham.
You like Graham, even after that little video we saw with his hand.
He's I don't know. He grew up wrestling, didn't he?
Yes.
I think I liked him since the beginning, and looks like he certainly should be there with Cam and Hunter going off the board and Carter, and then probably offensive lineman at 4. It feels like
Gladstone did admit the pick does set the tone, and I wonder if there's any kind of who's this, if in your mind you run through like, well, who's the safest guy here? Mm-hmm. Like, who do I know is going to be a 10? He looks like a 10-year starter in the NFL. So in that respect, I'm fine. I would be fine with Mason Graham. Mm-hmm. I would be fine, though. I would be fine with Tyler Warren. I would be fine. You want to roll the dice. They won't take McMillan at 5, but if they could trade back, but you always need a trading partner too.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Everybody, just trade back. You can't just trade back.
Not unless somebody wants to get up and get a player.
I mean, at some point, man, they just screamed. They've been telling us. I mean, it's Mason Graham.
Yeah,
they did nothing in free agency on the D line. It's a point of problematic play. It's not just falling in love and trying to make this guy fit. Everyone has Mason Graham as a top 5 prospect since it started. Mm-hmm. Without any idea that the Jags in their need at 5 would do it. So I don't feel like they're squeezing in like we got to get this position, so let's grab the best one. This one's going to happen to fit. It's a tremendous. It's not a sexy need to use your first round pick on. I'll admit that. D tackle isn't going to come in and wow you with a bunch of stats. But man, what stat do we care most about? Wins, and those are important to get those. So I'm okay with Graham, or if they think it's Cam, I'm okay with a trench person, and then let's just go on the other side.
Yeah. Text line's lighting up. I'm enjoying this.
I'm getting lit.
Some are fine. I'm the biggest Georgia fan in the city. Carson Beck's the greatest passer we ever had. Nobody better. Stafford was really good, but not as good as Carson. Well,
of course.
I don't know about that, but I would.
Well, no, but he was a very good player. And anyone who and then they say, well, if you don't like Denny, it's nothing to do with Denny, Dodo Bird.
What about that?
Well, then they'll say, well, you guys just because he's Denny's guy. No, we don't care about Denny's guys.
We rip Denny all the time.
Anthony Richardson sucks.
Carson is interesting because he was so patient and waiting to get his spot,
harsh,
and then felt like he was gonna go there and do 24-4 and SEC and maybe natty.
The problem with what killed Carson Beck was expectations.
Yeah.
Now he helped set them, but he came out and said, I want to win the Heisman. I want to be the number 1 overall pick. I want to win a national championship. I want to go undefeated. And none of that happened. That's expectation.
Yeah.
And so you fall short of expectation. All of a sudden, people turn on you. And then again, it's like you had a good example. Like, you've been together for a while. You just kind of feel like, it's run its course. Time to move on. I'll go here. You say, that kind of thing with him and Kirby.
That's just what it was.
And Kirby's a hard driving son of a gun now.
Yeah.
And they thought he was going pro. So they both acted all year like this was his last year. Right. And you say things and you do things that you're not going to come back with.
And I talked to, we had Trayvon Walker on the TV show a few times. So I get some good Georgia intel. And if you walk by a Georgia practice, man, Kirby is a maniac.
Oh no, you've seen the video.
Yeah,
I mean every other word is a curse word.
I mean he will wear on you now.
Well, good.
Yeah,
I want him.
Heck yeah, you do. He's a great coach. I'm not knocking him.
Is this fair? I was reminded.
It can also take its toll.
I was reminded of this.
Yeah.
Maybe Ryan Clark would have been better served if he brought up this kind of forgettable point because it's not it's not like it's title game. But this question on the text line, well, didn't Mario's quarterback sit out the second half of the bowl game? What a hypocrite.
Yeah.
That's fair. You paid him a lot of money. He played and got that record, and then he sat.
Yes, he did.
So maybe there is a little smoke to what Cristobal should keep his mouth shut if he's talking about mercenary quarterbacks.
That's fair.
That's all.
That's fair. That's a fair one. So, yeah,
and somebody says Aaron Murray better passer than Beck. That's fair. Aaron Murray's a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
They're similar. Those two are similar, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch the Masters?
I did. Yeah, I watched the Sunday.
Is that like, were you more glued to it? I mean, to me, it was one of the best ever.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that too?
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought it kind of was up there with.
I mean, you were you're like into the mind games and stuff. Did you feel the burden on Rory, the highs, the lows, the Rory coaster? I mean, it was just incredible.
Yeah, you could feel it. And then when he kind of started coming back to the pack and like Rose makes his rush and gets up there and you see him post the number.
Yeah.
I mean, for him to miss that putt on 18 and to come back and keep it together and win the tournament, you could see obviously the release and relief on his face, but it seems it is such a taxing 4 days. Like those greens are just
wear on you.
They look. You want to talk? Like maybe like Kirby Smart yelling at you at practice all the time.
And not that. And again, this is athletes. It's different. They don't. But that is a walk now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they leave there and they're.
I got a chance to get on site last year, and I paid attention, like you guys were saying. It's straight down.
You were hoofing it back up, and he's an amazing dude, man. But he is a popular international athlete here in the States. Americans love him.
Yeah,
they love him. They wanted him more than they wanted Bryson DeChambeau, by far. It was his house, and the patrons there almost wanted to will him to victory. I mean, they were chanting his name. And the thing is that we had Stuart Moore on. He was up there Sunday. You don't know if you're on the course until they post it.
Yeah, they post it. That's a cool thing on the TV.
You're like looking, and they got that shot. They did a good job with that. But
there's no cell phones on site. It's the only way you know what's going on.
Right.
It's like going back in time.
Right.
I think it's really
kind of cool.
It is cool.
It's
like going back in time. And he comes out and doubles the first, and there's Bryson. I thought Bryson was going to have a little bit more of a rush in him.
Yeah, he didn't have it.
Yeah, he didn't have it
that day.
He definitely didn't have it.
Golf is a tough game, man. All right, let's do this. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll make the turn for home. It's a Murphy Power Hour. It's right here on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Every tackle, basket, and crack of the bat. Your radio home for play-by-play is 1010XL.
Hey guys, it's that time of year again. The home team is looking for new players on the field, and you're looking to get that old car or truck out of your driveway. I can help. This is John Johnson over at First Coast Recycling. We buy junk cars. Draft us to buy your old car or truck for fast cash. Just call 904-294-1659 for a quick and easy quote from First Coast Recyclers. Come on, let's take your driveway back.
Hey, is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools has a home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service. I love them. They do a great job, man. They make my pool look like the Caribbean. Equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, new pool construction. They do it all. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call them 246-2666. That's 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas. They're your hometown MVP.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On April 16, 1940, Bob Feller of the Cleveland Indians pitched the first and only opening day no-hitter in MLB history against the Chicago White Sox.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. There was a time when if you handed me a bread basket at a restaurant, you better watch your fingers. Pizza, pasta, bread. Carbs were absolutely my weakness. I'd be lying if I said they didn't have me hooked. Then Awaken 180 came into my life. I've been down every diet road there is, but this is different. It's not just another diet. It's a total reset of how you see food. You know that carb craving that we all accepted as normal? That's gone for me now. Don't get me wrong. I still enjoy the good stuff, but here's the difference. I no longer feel like I need them. So when the server puts that bread basket on the table, I just smile, sit back, and say, nah, I'm good. That feeling of control is all thanks to Awaken 180. I lost 40 pounds in 9 weeks on Awaken 180. Hacker lost more than 110. Baloo is on his way, and you can lose whatever you want to lose. It doesn't matter what your goal weight is. Awaken 180 weight loss will get you there quickly and safely. It's a clear path to success without disappointment. Awaken 180 has changed my life, and it will change yours too. Give them a call at 844-346-1800 or go to awaken180weightloss.com. Trust me, you'll thank yourself.
It's ET here, and did you know that slow speed accidents can still cause serious injuries? Ignoring minor pain today can mean big problems tomorrow. Don't wait. Call my guys at McGowan Spinal Rehabilitation Center, the auto accident experts.
1010XL's draft previews are brought to you by Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Abdul Carter would be a tremendous pick if he falls to the Jaguars at 5. The former Nittany Lion got pressure on 18.5% of his pass rushes last season, helping him register 12 sacks and 23.5 tackles for loss. His ability to play off the ball and off the edge will draw comparisons to Micah Parsons, and that would be a welcome addition to the teal and black arsenal already on the edge that features Josh Hines-Allen and Trayvon Walker.
Homeowners, storms don't wait, so why should you? Universal Roof and Contracting protects your home and your wallet. Invest in a stronger roof and save big. Right now, get 15% off roof replacement and repairs. Financing's available with monthly payments as low as $115. But this deal ends April 30th. Call 855-ROOF-HELP for your free inspection. Universal Roof and Contracting. Protecting your home, building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 87.
All right, making the turn for home, a little high school baseball talk.
Yeah.
I know your alma mater had a nice dub last night. The rally dog was out, and Geiger's boys got a victory, 2-1 over a very good Beachside team. That's a good win for
Inglewood won last night, and so they're playing for the district championship Thursday at 6.
Do you know who they're playing?
Ponte Vedra.
Oh,
yeah. Go and get some of those. We'll go beat those Southerners up. We'll bring them.
I like that.
Bring them up to the blue collar part of town, if you know what I mean.
Are we hosting? What are we doing?
Yeah,
we're at
it's
Inglewood. All right. What's I saw Johnny Murphy's team won a big one, like 10-0 over Episcopal last night. Something like that, 12-2 maybe.
Episcopal, yeah. So I saw Mike
Providence
Jones.
lost to Bishop. So it's Bishop Snyder and
Trinity right?
for the district championship, but they're all going to get in. Well, Bowles may not.
Bowles is a little closer, right? If they lost to Episcopal, I guess that first round.
Yeah, they probably needed to win that game. I don't know if they're going to get knocked out or not, but there's.
Did we have something like this last year with Bowles, or did I dream that? Where they weren't certain if they were going to get in, and then they got in.
We may
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So anyway, but next week starts a different high school baseball format in the playoffs, best of 3.
Yeah,
that's first year for that.
Yes,
first year, all the way, but just until the Final Four, and then the Final Four, the semifinal and the state finals is a 1 game.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun.
Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Well, no.
I mean, if you're trying to decide like just 1 game to get there and then 2 out of 3 for the title, it seems like that would make more sense.
They're trying to get the best teams.
So they don't like their pitcher doesn't go.
Right.
You don't want to kill
because
them.
in baseball, one game, anything can happen.
Well, isn't part of your best team your depth and your ability to throw a second, third, or fourth? I mean, the best team should. I mean, sports is made for the best team to not always go.
Yeah,
I call it the Johnny Murphy rule.
They're doing it for Murph's brother.
They're doing it for Murph's brother. He was definitely a proponent of it. I know that.
Well, my brother likes baseball and likes to play. He thought that with the 3-game sets, the series they were going to do in the postseason, that the FHSAA was going to add games as well too. I think they were hoping they were going to add up to 20. What do they do now? Like.
Right, they did.
They did. They split the baby, kind of like we're going to play the same number of games, but we'll do the series for the postseason.
Which, by the way, if you don't make the postseason, then you're playing less games.
Yeah.
So you don't get you kind of lose out there.
My Trinity out there with their pitching staff will be very difficult in a 3-game set.
I will say though, I saw, and I don't know anything about this team, but I was just looking the other day, and there is a Panhandle team that looks like they're like ranked under Trinity, but ahead of.
Okay,
all
some
the
of our local teams.
So I wonder if that team is formidable. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know. It's hard to say. They know because they know who. Well, this kid's going here. This kid's going there. But Trinity will be in good stead. It will be. And they've had some injuries this year too.
Yeah, just had.
I think they lost a catcher.
Yeah, they just had one go down.
Yeah, I think Brooksy told me last night that they had a
Gage Petrus.
Yeah, he came in and spoke with us.
He was
got
the one
hurt?
that came in with Watson.
He's hurt?
He did his knee.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because he, I think Brooksy told me there was a kid catching for Trinity last night that's not a catcher.
Yeah,
I think it had gotten down to like
it's further down the depth chart, than you ever want to.
Yeah,
they were up playing in Cary, North Carolina at the USA Baseball.
Is that where he got hurt?
Up there, and they were, I think, the semifinal game. They lost in the championship game, but they went up there and played very well. Were wonderful.
They played like Huntington
city.
Beach or
somebody.
somebody.
It was 2 California teams and Venice, I think, was the other one.
Okay.
2 California teams, 2 Florida teams.
That's a great experience, man. That's good for them. So, it'll be fun to watch that. And but go Duval, go Inglewood.
Yeah, Duval. My dad was saying that Bishop Snyder's got some guys in the middle of the lineup as well too.
They beat Providence 6-5 last night.
Okay,
so they'll.
And it's interesting now as well that some of
In fact, they got a kid who's hit like 9 home runs this year. I think he's going to Tennessee. I'm not positive.
Vol calls.
We'll have to get on.
Dog calls too. They need
dog
it
calls.
after this morning.
Yeah. But
the districts now are not hosted at one site, I believe. I believe the higher seed hosts the game, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
At some places. I got to ask Geiger about that. I thought that Inglewood was hosting. I think they did last year for the whole tournament. But that's the way I remember it being. Like we would go and play at Wolfson, and you played the whole district.
How far did you go in high school? Did you guys get to a Final Four or anything?
The state regional semifinals.
State regional semifinals.
So lost my junior year to Panama City, Mosley.
Okay.
And then my senior year to Gainesville Buchholz, and Andrew Miller was on that ball club.
I was going to say,
big 6'7".
Yeah.
Andrew Miller played at Buchholz. I didn't know that.
Played at
I
Buchholz.
don't remember that.
Yeah.
Did you face him that day?
He got it to like 6'10", didn't he, by the
Faced
time
him
he
in
was
big
done,
leagues.
I feel like.
Did you get a hit off Andrew Miller in that game?
Nah, I
That's
don't
lefty on
think
lefty.
so,
That's
game.
hard.
Yeah.
No. I
Wasn't he a
don't
lefty?
think so. Yeah, he's lefty.
Yeah, big
Pitched for the
lefty.
Marlins, did he?
We beat them the year before in the first round of the regional.
Do you remember him
finals.
pitching anywhere?
Yes, he bounced around. He was one of those guys cashing in.
The
wasn't he?
Marlins, no?
Marley, yeah. So drafted by Detroit? Maybe did he end up in Detroit? I know he's with the Marlins. Yes,
Yeah, that's
certainly.
what I
And then
remember.
Yankees, Cleveland. Was he in Baltimore a little?
I think he was in Baltimore.
Yeah, I remember that. That sounds believable.
Detroit, Florida, Boston, Baltimore, the Yankees, Cleveland, St. Louis.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was 36 years old. He pitched. Andrew Miller did.
Buchholz is put
55 and 55.
Yeah,
for just for a center state, small town, relative high school, Buchholz has put out some athletes, haven't they?
Hell yes.
I mean, some big time athletes through the years. Who are the best athletes from Buchholz?
Career earnings for Andrew
number one?
Miller. Would you like to guess?
He's a reliever, but we'll go $70 million.
How many years?
23 to 36. So 08 to 21. 13, 14 years.
Yeah, more than. What'd you say?
70.
Yeah, I'll go. Nah, that's probably about right. Actually, his best year is probably 1 year, $8 million.
No, more than that. Probably
Okay, then I'm going to go 85.
81 million.
Yeah, 85. I went.
Made $12 million his last year with the Cards, 11 and a half, and the Cards gave him a 3-year, $32 $4 million deal.
Somebody's saying he pitched in the World Series against the Cubs for the Indians.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I never knew. I knew that name. I mean, again, I remember him as a bounce around guy. I never knew
he was probably one of the first multi-inning relievers, kind of that we were introduced to.
Okay,
like
rather than
reliever
just being
weapon. Like reliever weapon,
rather than just throwing a guy out there to take batting practice, the other guy to take batting practice for a couple hours. Vernon Maxwell will win the Buchholz Best Athlete Award. You think of others?
He'd be up there.
I'm just thinking more, and I'm not thinking about Ultimate Elite. I just know there's been a lot come through in a variety of different ways, and I'm always surprised to. I mean, even like the Doug Johnsons and the Whittemores of the world, whoever. Remember Lavelle Dancy?
I just saw that. I think I just read. We'll have to ask Teague about it because he's related. But I think Doug Johnson's kid just is going out to California to play his last year of high school football or something.
Yes,
he was a Buchholz kid. Is that correct?
I read that.
That's a little.
Yeah, to one of the he's going to work with a coach out there too. I think.
I'm sure it had to be a reason, but yeah.
Yeah, it was either. Yeah, it was Dougie's kid. It was one of those kids. Yeah, I read it like in the last week. You read that?
Yeah, recently. Yeah,
that's like the most damning, depressing sign of age as you get older.
Doug Johnson's got a kid.
Well, when you realize the guys have kids and grandkids, and what? I was just watching just there, right?
It won't be long till the Murphy boys are out raising hell, and we'll be really old.
Raising hell. We just
don't wish that on me.
Put that evil on me.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby.
Trying to look at these all-time athlete. Ben Shelton went to Buchholz too.
I was going to say that, and I thought it was GHS, and so I stopped before I gave that. Yeah. So that's a good one. It's a national champ. They probably have a track guy, don't they?
I'm sure they do.
Like an Olympian.
I'm just trying to look here. Other notable.
Where was Dennis Mitchell from? Was he from Gainesville?
Now, guys who are from Gainesville: Anthony Richardson, Clinton Portis, Doug Johnson, Buchholz, Ricky Natil.
Gainesville. There's a lot of Gainesville.
Lamar Thomas went to Buchholz.
Yeah, Thomas.
Fred Marion went to Buchholz.
Okay.
Ian Scott went to GHS. Adrian Peterson went to Santa Fe. Not that one. Mike Peterson, Santa Fe. Willie Jackson, PK Young. So,
a lot of athletes for that little small,
Scotty Wilbekin went to the Rock. Remember Robert Baker, the receiver from Auburn?
Mm-hmm.
PK Young.
The famous photo of Robert Baker. He caught a touchdown. He was for Auburn, and they're playing at Georgia. He was between the hedges, and as he got to the end zone, the dog was leaping off, mouth open at his private area.
Yeah.
Got to get some kibbles and bits.
And let's not forget, of course, Joel Embiid.
Who knew? Right?
Went to high school right there.
Yeah, really? In Gainesville. At the Rock, wasn't it? I mean, how do you let him get out of town?
I'm exchange student from Cameroon.
Oh, man. AR went to Eastside, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. During his senior year, Embiid led the Lions to a 33-4 record. Signed with Kansas, and off he went. So, it's they've turned out a lot of good. Now, sometimes they're sons of former Gators.
Yeah.
Like Miles Graham, Buchholz High School.
Yeah, son of Ernest.
Son of Ernest.
Yeah.
So, all right, play us out of here, E.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah.
Mike Dempsey in the Hoos.
Yes, cousin of Mason Graham as well.
Yes. Mason Graham.
Trying to continue the thread right there.
Thank you.
You guys could do a whole show like that, the two of you go back.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Love
the
graham
dinner of
crackers.
graham crackers.
Love it. Fantastic snack when I was a kid.
And, of course, descendant of the great Moonlight Graham.
Sure.
Without question. Yes. Arch is still hugging third base for dear life right now. So,
and then it was on to discovering the phone.
Yes. What's cooking?
Draft talk. What else are we going to do? We're 8 days out. Oh, you got Tony Pauline coming on.
Saw another Ashton Genty. This is what you've started. I hope you're happy.
Hey, I did 2 mocks today for Mock Draft Wednesday. I've got a Genty version and a non-Genty version.
Okay.
That's what I've got. So I went Will Campbell in the other one.
Am I to say, do you want them to draft Genty?
I would be okay with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd probably prefer offensive line.
Yeah.
But I don't know what their evaluation. Like, I say offensive line. It's not like I could tell you Will Campbell's at 97.4 compared to whatever.
If Will Campbell is the draft pick, where does he play?
I mean, they'll have a plan, but I would imagine they'd let him take a shot at left tackle right out of the gate.
And then move Harrison Or I guess it's Little's in there now. Never mind.
Or
Harrison's
just
that right already.
Everything's up for grabs, and let's go.
But if you do, and if you do that, you trade
left tackle.
If you draft a left tackle, I mean, you just keep, Walker Little at that high price as a backup. He can't play guard. We've proven that. We've needed him to play guard 100 times.
Or you flip him to a team that needs a tackle that's shown he can play.
You do need some depth, but is he starter or not?
Two other tackles.
No, I hear you.
Thing too, and Fred Johnson started 6 games for the Eagles last year. It can't be that terrible.
Yeah.
So. Anyway,
their offensive line was pretty good too, right?
I've heard it was Saquon thinks so. A lot of just a lot of the same, a lot of draft talk today. Pretty simple. If the choices are Mason Graham, Genty, best offensive lineman, Jalen Walker, who do you want? That's our question of the day.
That's fair.
So, those are
no bad answers, really. It's really not a wrong answer. It's preferred.
If you were to guess, would you not think that's what it would be if they pick at 5? Yeah.
Right? I mean, what else?
There's not much.
I mean, Ted
trade
McMillan,
down,
possibly, or Tyler Warren.
Which would seem to be a trade now.
Yeah. But they said they want to help Trevor by improving the running game. So if you take, the best running back in the last several years, I don't think that's absurd. And they also they said yesterday, want to make this a kind of a defining pick of their tenure, So what does that mean? Do you take a big swing? Do you go safe? Do you want to establish that you want to build through the trenches? I guess we'll find out.
We'll have a great show.
Thank you.
Mike and Tony getting ready for Jaguars today. Murph, always good
Appreciate
to hang
you,
out.
Murphy.
Thank you, guys. Have a great show, Mike.
We got day baseball today. The Mets need to win Minnesota before
I think we may play at daytime today. Spencer Strider.
You got your guy throwing today.
Got one chance about the next 4 days to get a win. Hopefully it'll be today, maybe. I don't know. All right, it's been a Beach Rose Plumbing Wednesday. So long.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
How dare you talk to me in that fashion? Who are you?
1010XL.
Oh, yes, I've heard of you. They say you're pretty handy with a sword. Let's find out.
92.5 FM.
MOV, ING, Southside Kia is moving. Our moving sale is on right now. Help us clear new Kias out. Our current selection's got 200 plus Kias on the lot. Hurry to save big with us. New rides starting at just $20,000 bucks. Plus, bring your tax refund today. We'll double it up to $5K. MOV, ING, get to Southside Kia this spring. Online at SouthsideKiaJacks.com. Get your next ride at Southside. For complete details, call 904-325-9208.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay, comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.